Oh, how about now? I had it on mute. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. CeeLo with the mute button is going to kill me. But what's up, fans of the Green Bay Packers? What's up, Outdoor Adventures with Samuel? What's going on? The Bright Wolf. How did Joey Logano do in qualifying? He's fourth. He finished fourth. His two partners are on the front and outside road there. Ryan Reed, what's up? Steve, what's going on? I love the NRN merger. Figured that had to happen one day. What's up, Rebel Star? You're welcome for the live broadcast. What's up, Luis? What's going on? Hello, Richard Carr. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Billy Bowles says, let's go 71. And California Day says, the real MVP's here. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for being here. Like, drop, thanks, B. You have a good time over there on the other side. But we're here for the truck race. And then right after this, we'll start another stream. We'll all transfer over there to the Xfinity race, and we'll see how it goes. So hope you're ready to have some fun. 135 laps tonight here at Hot Atlanta. It's not too hot in Hot Atlanta right now, but we're in the Craftsman Truck Series FR8 Freight 208, the Freight 208. So we're definitely going to have a good time here. Connor Mosack on the pole and Grant Enfinger on the outside there for him. And then Daniel Hemrick there. He was my dark horse. So, wow, I love the look of the Andres 77 truck. Yes, looks good. Pretty good. I've seen that. But there is the paint schemes. These are the ones that are going to be on the track. Now there's a couple missing. Thor, they never supply any, and whole bunch of other stuff. So you had to take NyQuil. Oh, that sucks. All right, so let's go and check out and let me bring this to a little bigger so you guys can see it here. One more. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, so let's go through the field here. The broadcast is going to start around 12:30. But let's go through the field. Connor Mosack on the pole, Grant Enfinger on the outside. So let's get all our stuff set up first before we do that. But look at that, the rookie on the pole, Mosack. That's right. There you go. Let's see how he does here. Lukewarm to room temperature in Atlanta, not hot Atlanta. That's right. I had chicken for lunch. What'd you have? I haven't had any lunch. Had some toast. It was quick. I thought you were streaming this. G-Bands, what's going on? Prods, going to see ya. Let's see here. Let me get the thing going here. We're going to go through the roster here. And where is my truck logo? There it is. And we're going to bring this over here. Like so. And it's not qualifying anymore. I forgot to take care of that. But 12:30, we'll start the FS1 broadcast. We did a qualifying stream for the NASCAR Cup Series, and Ryan Blaney's going to be on the pole tomorrow with his teammate Austin Cindric on the pole on the outside. So 2 races in a row. Austin Cindric is on the front row. So congratulations to him. But what's up, Adam C? Good to see you. Zach says, is it just me, or do you think it would be cool to see a combination between Buc-ee's and John Deere on a truck? To me, nothing says NASCAR more than those two companies right now. Exactly, Zach. Exactly. And Rowdy's in that 7 car. 07 is Michael McDowell. But let's get into it right now. Let me take my qualifying off first, because that's just throwing me off here. But we'll be doing the Xfinity race right after this. There's qualifying. Take that off there. But hit that subscribe, hit that like. We're trying to get to 100 likes. We got 167 folks here today. Appreciate you being here. Cold pizza for lunch matches the weather. There you go, Cole. Good to see you there too. Read your mind, Mark says. So let's take a look here. Connor Mosack on the pole, Grant Enfinger in second, Daniel Hemrick in third, Raj Caruth, Billy Voles, your boy, that's 71, Jack Wood in fifth, Jake Garcia sixth, Tyler Ankrum in seventh, Stuart Friesen in eighth, Kyle Busch, old Rowdy in number 9, Ben Rhodes in 10th, Matt Craft in 11th, Ty Majeski in 12th, Luke Fernhouse in 13th. Andres Perez de Lara in 14th. Dawson Sutton, they're in the Rookie of the Year, 15th, going for Rookie of the Year. In 15th, 16th, Lane Riggs, Michael McDowell. There's in that '07 Spire truck, so 2 guys. And there's Tony. Let's see if she has a little better luck this week. We'll see you there in that 5 Toyota. Corey Heim, it's Heim time, official winner of last week's race after Parker Klingerman was DQ'd for an illegal back end. Nathan Bird in 20th, 21st. Frankie Munoz. Gio, let's see if he can lead some laps today. He was looking pretty good at the Daytona. William Swallowich in 23rd. Matt Mills, 24th. Caden Honeycutt, 25th. Tanner Gray in 26th. Spencer Boyd, 27th. Chandler Smith, 28th. Josh Rume in 29th. Bailey Curry in 30th and 31st. Keith McGee and 32nd. Justin Carroll. So there is your lineup here for the Freight 208. And that's what you got here. And let me get this back up here so you can. There we go. So we can see everything. So there it is. So who do you think's going to win this sucker? Who do you think's going to win? What's up, Susan? Good to see you. Who's your pick? I'm going Rowdy Bush. That's 7. He's the defending champion of this thing. I'm going Rowdy Bush. Rowdy Bush for the defending champion in that 7 car. Why Braves fan? I'm a big Braves fan, Ryan, or Danny. Been a Braves fan. We'll be doing Braves streaming on this channel as well. Some Braves baseball. Maybe tomorrow before the race. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe we'll just do like a couple innings. I'm not sure. Just to see what it looks like. Tyski, what's up? Mike says Tyski. The 13 truck for fans of the Green Bay Packers. Who else? Who you got? Who you got? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. As we'll be on here in about 4 minutes on FS1. FS1 will be carrying the race today. Bush for the win for Steven. Outdoor Adventures says the 7. Ryan Reed's going the 7. Anybody else? Is that short for Majeski? Yeah, that's Tyski. Tyski. All right. So just waiting here for this to start here, y'all. But hit that like for us. Trying to get to 100 likes. 100 likes here in Hotlanta, as we had a good time just a little bit ago with the NASCAR Cup Series qualifying, where Ryan Blaney's on the pole for tomorrow. Gregory Ramirez, thank you for being here. Gregory Ramirez, thank you for the sub. We appreciate you. So pre-race ceremonies, all that good stuff we'll be bringing to you. What's up, T-Van? Infinger for the win. There you go, T-Van. Good to see you, buddy. Parker I don't think Klingerman is in this race today. No Parker Klingerman, but he's still kind of bummed from last week. Parker ain't in this race. He is not in that race, but hit that subscribe up there. We would love to become 30,000, as we announced in our qualifying stream that we're going to give. If we do make it to 30,000, we'll do 3 pies to the face, and we're going to have a huge giveaway for 30 lucky participants, and 30 of you guys will get something from CeeLo, and that'll be the kicker there. And I'll be in contact with you guys after you are qualified to select to win. So Dad going for the 19, Timothy says. All right, the 19, there we go. Little Jack picks Matt Crafton. Jack, good to see you, good sir. Glad to see Little Jack's doing pretty good. Okay, I will go with Matt Crafton, Luis says. Okay, Raj Caruth for Emerald. Raj Caruth for Emerald, so that's good. Negative Squirrel says Rowdy. All right, John says go Kyle Busch. John says go Kyle Busch. All right, and it should be coming on here in just about 2 more minutes. Zilich isn't in the race. Connor Zilich is not in the race. No, he is not. William Swallowich is in that number 1, so it should be interesting to see what he can do in that 1 truck. But Zilich is in the Xfinity race. We'll see him later on this afternoon in that 88 car. That WeatherTech car looks pretty good. One of my top picks of the week. But make sure you're checking out our paint scheme and race weekend preview that gets us ready to come hang with us on the weekends. And that's what we're doing here, hanging out on the weekends together, watching the races, listening to the races, and reacting and talking in the chat. Our chat is the best chat in NASCAR, the best chat on YouTube, best chat anywhere, hands down. We are the best chat. You can't compare to anybody. But we hope to put on a great product for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy. And like I said, I'm always up for criticism or comments or anything to help the stream, only thing I cannot do is show the stream. In the past 3 years that we've been doing NASCAR, I have never shown a broadcast, and we still will not show a broadcast. We have shown in-car cameras and stuff like that, but they were free on a website for anybody to watch. Speaking of, today on CW, they'll have the free cams again today. So anybody can watch the free cams on the CW app. So make sure you're downloading the CW app now so you can be ready for the Xfinity race coming up this afternoon. Richard says, congrats, CeeLo in Spain. Yes, sir, Richard. Thanks for always your hard work as a mod. Tricon sucked in qualifying yesterday, CeeLo. Yeah, they did. They did. Is Kyle Busch in this today? Yes, Regine. He is. Old Rowdy's in that number 7, trying for his back-to-back wins here in Hotlanta in that 7 car. And here we go.
To their next daunting challenge, Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, got some music. We'll mute that really quick. What does the CW stand for? I don't know. I don't know what the CW stand for. Well, a lot of people don't like it because they can't watch. And the CW is still making it hard for people to watch. You can't watch the race on the app. You can only watch the cams for free. But you have to have either a subscription for Xfinity or YouTube TV or the rabbit ears like Cole watches it. You get the old rabbit ears that they used to watch in the good old days. That's free. So real men don't play with or drive race cars. That's right, Mark. I mean, Tony was the highest qualifying Tricon driver. Here we go.
Craftsman Truck Series live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Located 25 miles south of Atlanta, this mile-and-a-half oval promises to be a thriller of a race today. And we're so happy you joined us. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in Atlanta. I'm Jamie Little, joined by Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano, 2 guys who know how to get it done, 2-time winners in the Cup Series each. So happy to have these guys. But before we can look forward to today's race, guys, we need to look back to a week ago at Daytona. Here's the final lap.
Yeah, the teammates from Thorstwart Racing, Johnny Sauter and Ben Rhodes, make contact on the last lap, spin from the lead, and that hands it to Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that happen between then and the end of the race. There's another wreck, and then Parker Kligerman takes it to checkered flag just for a little bit, Jamie.
That's right. We went off the air thinking he was the winner. In post-race inspection, though, he failed, saying that the rear end was too low. The team did appeal it. NASCAR heard that appeal on Thursday, and the penalty stands. So that gives the win to Corey Heim. He now has 12 career wins. And, Joey, what does that do for this team now? Suddenly they have a win to start the season. And what about Henderson Motorsports? Thought they had the win at the biggest race of the year.
Yeah, I mean, for Corey Heim, it's great, right? He got all the benefits of winning. He got the check, the points. He just didn't get to take the pictures and do the donuts. And for
Timothy,
Parker Kligerman,
hit that like.
it's
That's
the
right. Try to get to 100 likes, y'all. Help us out. 100
and what
likes.
a big deal it was going to be to win. But the rules are black and white, right? And if you, as much as it probably didn't make a difference, you have to, abide by the rules. And NASCAR had to make a judgment call on that.
Well, let's spin forward to today, and both of you just came off the track. We had Cup Series qualifying. So what are these drivers up against? What can they expect for the start of this race?
Oh, Jamie, they should expect a tough race. We just saw it in that highway clip. This track has a lot of action, and they're going to have their hands full. Not only do they have tough racing trucks out there, they got Kyle Busch to beat, who's won here 7 times, twice in this configuration. He's going to be one of the guys that's going to give them the run for their money.
So bad, Brad.
Absolutely.
And
well, now it's time to
Logano.
go trackside for opening ceremonies for the Craftsman Truck Series.
At this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able, remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Georgia Department of Public Safety Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome the lead pastor for Canton First Baptist Church, Cliff Pace.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for today. What a great day for some racing. Thank you for the Atlanta Motor Speedway and sponsors like Freight Auctions that make this day possible. We thank you for the workers, the teams, the crews, the drivers, and their families who sacrifice so much to entertain us. We ask for your protection over them, the crews and the drivers today as they compete. Lord, would you bless this great nation and keep us free? Protect our troops serving all over the world. And above all, thank you for your goodness and your grace we have in Christ Jesus. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome rising country music star and South Carolina native, Joshua Graham.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. We're getting set for race number 2 of the season.
Race number 2 of the season for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and we're going to have it right here for you guys. Thank you guys for the national anthem, the USA's in the chat, that prayers and all that stuff. We always love to have pre-race ceremonies here on our channel. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll have all the races here for you the whole year. As much as we can, our schedule allows, we'll be here with you guys here on either Fridays or Saturdays or whenever they do it. But thank you guys so much. I wish YouTube would post OSS inspections. I'm not sure what that is. Everyone, let's have a big weekend. That's right, Deer Slayer. Good to see you. T. Lee, good to see you. Appreciate you being here, but we're going to get it. So, all right, let's do it. Who is your dark horse tonight? We already had your picks. Who was going to win? Who is your dark horse? I'm going to go... Who did I say? Daniel Hemrick. I've got Daniel Hemrick as my dark horse. He starts P3. Daniel Hemrick as my dark horse. Who you got? Who you got? Great job. Here we go. Who you got? Daniel Hemrick as I got Daniel Hemrick. Who else? Come on, y'all. Is that Brad K and Logano? Yes, it is. The Brad K, OSS Inspections. Is that like op song? My pick to win is Hemrick, actually. But now that I see this, I want to go Connor Mosack as the dark horse. All right. Give us a rundown. Okay. Well, I did, but we can do it again. The 7 for McDowell for Timothy. Riggs for Ray. Who else you guys got? Let me see in the chat. Who you got? Time for your, and then next commercial we'll do cautions. But right now we're at 82 likes. Hit that 100. I'm trying to get to that 100 like before the green flag. Help us get to 100 likes before the green flag, y'all. That would be awesome. Susan says the 38 for Chandler Smith. Remember, Lane Riggs is in the 34, not the 38. Donald says the 7. Lots of Rowdy for dark horses. Donald's got Rowdy for his dark horse. 07. It's Regina's 07 is Michael McDowell. 7 is Rowdy Bush. For the 5 for Tony. For Cole Trickle. 7 again for Kevin. Anybody else? 8. We're going to do cautions next commercial, Denise. Cautions next commercial. Who else you got? Ty Majeski for 93 GTZE. Ty Majeski. All right. All right. So we're about to come back from a commercial here. But thank you guys for your dark horses.
Series is 34 drivers are getting ready to do battle. One of those is Frankie Muniz. Nice top 10 finish a week ago.
90 likes, 10 to go.
My name is Frank
from Asia.
Jimenez. I'm
Recently
39
started
years
watching
old, and I'm
NASCAR
from
races,
Woodridge,
but
New Jersey.
where can I
don't wanna
see
say that
these
Brian
lives?
Cranston
I
got me
always
into
got to see
racing, but he
highlights or
kinda did.
someone.
He did the
Not
pro celebrity
here.
race
We
in
can't do
Long
the
Beach
live
the year
here.
before me, and I remember him coming to me and saying, "You've got to do it." I ended up going, and I won. That feeling of crossing the finish line was truly the most incredible accomplishment of my life. This year's my year. I don't get many shots at this, right?
Jack,
I
well,
want
dark
to be
horse,
taken
Denise, thank
seriously
you.
as a race car driver, and the only way to do that is to get out there and perform.
And you heard him. He's taken this very seriously. Full-time racer in the Truck Series. Moments ago, he talked to our Josh Sims.
Well, yeah, Jamie, Frankie coming off a career-best 10th place finish at Daytona. A big week for you, and you got a big couple of months coming up with all the TV stuff. So I know we got to focus on Atlanta, but how do you balance all this stuff?
It's going to be a very busy year. Obviously I'm really excited for the Malcolm in the Middle reboot, but right now NASCAR is my priority, right? I want to be the best I can be in this sport, and fortunately they're going to work around my NASCAR schedule when we're filming, and I know that you've got to take advantage of opportunity when you have it, right? So it's a great thing to have the show coming back, but I also have this opportunity to try to be the best race car driver I can be, and I'm trying to go for it.
Well, go for it out there today. Good luck, Frankie.
Brad and Joey, what do you guys think about Frankie and what he's doing? So ambitious about making this a reality.
Yeah, I think it's cool, right? I mean, it seems like he's had a real passion for motorsports from a young age. And, it shows that you're never too old to be chasing your dreams, right? Not that Frankie's old in any way, but he's starting a lot later than what a lot of race car drivers do. And a lot of these truckers that you see out there, they started at 6 years old driving cars. So Frankie's trying to pick up on stuff a lot later in life, and it's really cool to see that we got a movie star in the field. Yep. It's kind of neat.
It's a bit surreal to me because I was a big fan of Malcolm in the Middle when I was a kid. He was kind of like my hero. So great comedian, great show, great to see him driving a Ford in the Truck Series and living out his dreams.
Hey, he still has to act. He's got to pay for this one way or another. So he's balancing both.
I think acting pays a little better, Frankie.
Maybe just a little bit. He's going to be busy in April when they get back to shooting. Time now for the most famous words in racing. Let's go trackside to fire those engines.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome the lead mechanic for freight racing, Will Coates, accompanied by his wife, Kara, and their children, Holland and Wade.
Drivers, start your engines!
Drivers are fired up and ready. 208 miles of action coming our way. We'll drop the green flag.
All right, the trucks have been fired up, and let's see who you got for your cautions today. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. 5 for Jack. Let me see your cautions. I'm gonna go 8. 8 for the cautions here. 8 cautions. We got 10 for Danny. 10 for Danny. Let's see. At least 10 cautions for Danny. 7 for Daryl. 7 for Susan. Who else you got here? 9 for Mark. 12 for Jamie. 9 for Michael. 9 for Mike. 8 for Steven. 7 for Mad Steve. 7 for Kenneth Fox. What else you got here? 4 for Bronny. 7 for T-Van, 6 for Kevin, 8 for Donald, 9 for Cole Trickle, 8 for Bears. How many you got here? Let's see. 6 for Mark, 7 for Richard, 7 for Adam. Thank you, Silvio, for subscribing. Helio. Oops, Jesse is later. That's right. Yeah, Caruth. Go Caruth, Karen says. Yes, Jesse Love is on the pole for the race coming up here after this one. John says 9, too many for Ray. 81 for the win. We'll see if Mosack can win it here, Carmine. See what he can do. Connor Mosack on the pole, and that's Chevy. But he is one of our emojis as well, guys. For 99 cents, you have access to those emojis. So there you go. You got your cautions in. We got our picks. We got our dark horses. We got our cautions. And now it's just to have fun and listen to the race together, and we'll have a good time talking about it, reacting to what happens and all that good stuff. So no cams. We can't show the race. That's illegal. We hope to have fun here. First stage is 30. Second stage is 30. That makes it 60. And then 65 laps will be, make it up. 30, 30, 60, and then 65 for the final stage in 30. So stage 1 is going to be 30 laps. Let's see if we can make it through 30 laps. It's going to be high flying, going to be fast. And Connor Mosack's going to lead them down. Grant Infinger. And then there's my dark horse, Daniel Hemrick. And then Raj Caruth in 4th, and 5th, Jack Wood. Your top 5. My dad said 6. I'm going to 13, Timothy says. All right, good deal. 6 cautions for Timothy's dad and 13 for Timothy. Cole Custer says 30 dirty laps, and Raymond's going 9 cautions. I can't show any of the race. I never showed any of the races last season, Adam. We showed cameras. That wasn't the races. But the Xfinity race, we'll probably be able to show some cameras, but not the Cup. We're still working on permission from HBO Max. So that's still trying to get a permission from HBO Max. I'm just not going to do it without permission. So, because that is a paid streaming service. If we show the cams on the CW, they're actually at least free. And anybody can watch the cams on the CW app. But can Rowdy Bush win this sucker? Cars are rolling. Well,
It's the obvious to win it today. So what do you think, Brad? Let's dial them up.
Broncos out.
All right, now we get a fun time for me. I get to talk to Kyle Busch in his race truck at Atlanta. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's
What does he have to say?
Let's go see Kyle Busch, Brad
Rowdy.
Keselowski in the Fox Sports 1 booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Oh, good to talk to you here, man. I know you've been a star here in the Truck Series Atlanta for a long time. You've got 7 wins here, won this race last year. You're back again to recrown, in victory lane. A question for all of us is, why Atlanta? What do you love about racing here so much that you came back for this race?
Well, it kind of just goes with the schedule. Whatever the Spire guys have in store for me to be able to go run and get some 5 races in, that's kind of what we got. So Atlanta being one of those, though, long time history here with Billy Blue, obviously. We got Billy's dealership stuff on the side of this truck here today, this Gamebridge Chevrolet. So excited to have him carry on with us and try to go get another Atlanta win.
Well, thanks for talking to us. Good luck to you today. Can't wait to see
Throwing
what
a
show you
liking
put
to
on.
him now.
And Kyle Busch will roll off 9th today. And our pole sitter, a first-timer, Connor Mosack, 26 years old, got it done on Friday. Joey, what do you think? Let's dial him up.
Let's dial him up. Connor Mosack, Joey Logano in the FS1 booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
All right, man. You put it on the pin, which is great. I know you guys don't practice, so you don't really know
Mosack.
exactly what your truck's got, but what lane do you think is going to be the one to help you take control? Are you taking the bottom or the top? And how do you plan on taking control of this race?
Yeah, we talked about that for a little bit, but I think with having our teammates lined up behind us here on the bottom, I think that's the best move for us. I think really ultimately it comes down to your pushers for the first lap or so. So hopefully we can work together and get up in front of this top lane and keep some track position.
All right, we'll be looking for it. Good luck in there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, nice job for Connor Mosack, who is full-time this year in the Truck Series. Time now to take a look at our Craftsman starting grid.
His brother is a better driver, though, California Day says.
Grant and Finger.
Who agrees?
Somebody
Is
certainly
Kurt or
to keep an
Kyle
eye
better
on. Knows how to
driver?
find victory lane here.
Yeah, then in row 2 here, you look at Raja Caruth and Daniel Hemrick. Look for Daniel Hemrick. He's got a lot of drafting experience in the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. He could be pretty strong.
Jack Wood, Jake Garcia make up row 3. Take a look at the rest of the field here as we pan through. So making pit road practice runs. Kyle Busch, as we were talking earlier, starting 9th. Make his way to the front pretty easy from there. What do you think?
I think, think about the Store Sport trucks. They looked really strong last week in Daytona. All of them starting near each other.
Corey Heim, last week's race winner. They talked a little bit before today about how qualifying might not be their strong suit, but you can pretty much guarantee they'll find their way to the front for all those Toyotas.
See William Sawalich back in there, too, in the one truck. He returns.
And Chandler Smith, you see back there in row 14. Probably thought they'd qualify a little better than that, but maybe that means their truck's going to handle really good.
They had some issues. We'll drop to the rear, so it'll be fun to watch the 38 come through the pack. Well, let's now say hello to our pit reporters. First up is 2-time Truck Series champion Todd Bodine. How you doing, Todd?
I'm great, Jamie. Thank you. Last week we were at Daytona International Speedway, 2.5-mile drafting track. Today, mile-and-a-half Atlanta Motor Speedway, but with the reconfiguration of this racetrack 3 years ago, it became a drafting track. But we call it a hybrid, and why is that? Because with the tighter corners of the mile-and-a-half track, you have to handle. Your truck has to handle. So when these guys, these teams bring these trucks to the track, they bring their downforce trucks. A lot more downforce, light side force, and with that becomes a bigger draft.
Start time very soon, Carmine.
And the draft is very strong here. So it's different than Talladega, and
John
it does drive different. We have 9 drivers in the field today that have never turned a lap here, and it's going to be different from Daytona. Josh?
Let's talk about Corey Heim coming off that win from last week, albeit it came because of a DQ to that 75 truck, but a win is a win. At the same time, when I talked to Corey, he's like, listen, I want to win one the traditional way, something he's done here at Atlanta before. And even though this drafting style of racing isn't his favorite, he says Atlanta plays the most into his style of racing of being a more cautious and calculated driver out there. Well, he's going to start 19th. He's got some work to do, but like you said in the booth, he knew he wasn't going to qualify well, but Corey Heim always seems to be a factor in the end, guys.
And he's got home field advantage, one of 3 drivers from the state of Georgia. All right, Joey, how about our Craftsman race analysis?
Absolutely. There you see it. Track length and all. You got 135 laps, 207.9 miles. Stage 1 being 30 laps, stage 2 another 30, final stage 75 laps. There you see the pit window in the bottom, 55 to 60 laps. Possibly can make it to the end of stage 2, maybe with some helps of some cautions and things like that. But what I really see is the final stage being 75 laps. You're going to have to pit in that final 75 laps to make it to the end. That's where the strategy is going to come up a little bit. And depending on how cautions fall and what these teams want to do for tires, it'll be fun to watch that.
Yeah, track descriptions, 1.5 miles, a little over 1.54. Turns have 28 degrees of banking. Hard to see on TV, but in person, you can barely even walk up this track in the corners. 5 degrees down the straightaway. Pretty narrow track at 40 foot. That sounds wide, but not when you're one of these trucks going 180 mile an hour. And the front stretch a little bit longer than the back stretch, 2,332 feet versus 1,800.
And that track description brought to you by Craftsman. Well, we talked about how beautiful of a day it is. No rain in sight, beautiful blue skies. We have a little bit of wind, but how about that temperature? 52, which is about 15 degrees warmer than qualifying yesterday.
It's going to be perfect inside the truck, Joey. It's not too hot.
Yeah. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're trying to get to 200
this track
likes.
Is very sensitive to the temperature.
Hit that
and
to
it changes
29.9. We're trying to get to 29.9.
Sliding around, you'll see more separation. But when as grippy as it is today, possibly we'll see more of a pack style.
Hard to go against Kyle Busch. You're right,
Remember,
Lloyd.
these drivers, there's no practice this weekend. There's 11 drivers in the field who've never raced here before.
They're in for it right now.
Finger tries to draw alongside as they enter turn number 1.
And Mosack's going to have a nose ahead, leading the bottom line with Daniel Hemrick in tow there as they try to situate themselves here into turn number 2. Up high, it's Grant Enfinger with a big push of Raza Caruth as Daniel Hemrick's going to try to change lanes to the outside.
Yeah, Hemrick will slide up into that second spot. Enfinger back to third. Up front, it's Mosack leading into turn number 3. A lot of jockeying down there in that bottom lane. Here comes Jack Wood on the bottom as well, but it's Mosack that's going to lead them all 4.
Power move from Jack Wood on the inside. He goes up to second, starts to look to the inside of Mosack, is not able to make it happen. Started to look to the outside, but here comes that second lane.
These trucks looking squirrely here to turn number 1. Connor Mosack controlling both lines. He goes and picks up Jack Wood, his teammate, on the bottom line, and then Tyler Ankrum runs behind them with Daniel Hemrick leading that well-formed outside lane.
Jack Wood with a great start here, rides in that second spot. Down on the bottom, Tyler Ankrum to the outside, Daniel Hemrick. Kyle Busch has slipped up into the mix here in that top 5 as they race all 4.
As they rumble down to the line, 2 laps complete, outside lane, trying to make up some ground. Enfinger trying to push Hemrick towards the front.
Trying to create a freight train there on the bottom line, and then they move to the top. Yeah, Jack Wood moves up. So does Connor Mosack.
Right,
Tyler Ankrum in third is 2 wide with the 7th machine of Kyle Busch as they situate.
Let's see those threes in the chat.
There. We got 6 trucks
for
out
Dale
in front,
Sr.
and then there's another group behind them. Rajah Caruth leads that bunch as they enter into turn 3. Single file now up front, about the top 8 or 9 trucks against the wall.
How long do they stay single file? Connor Mosack, Jack Wood, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, Kyle Busch, your top top 5 as they head to 1.
And Stuart Friesen has fallen back like a rock. The 52 machine down on the inside lines, dropped outside the top 10. Up front, it goes Mosack, Wood, and Ankrum. The McAnally-Helgeman trucks pulling away. In fact, they're in the top 4.
Friesen falls back even further now. He's going to try to jump back in line, but Stu Friesen having a tough time here.
Thank you, guys. We honor Dale Senior every lap 3 on the go. It's
again,
CeeLo,
Jack Wood
raise
right
hell,
there
praise
with
Dale.
him as they race
Right
off
here
of turn
on
number 4.
Wood takes a peek to the inside, can't make it happen.
You.
They go single file across the stripe as they work down through. Jake Garcia now caught on the inside, and they're passing him like he is stopped dead.
Yeah, the inside line, they warned us would not get going here early, and that's the case. As up front, it's Mosack, Wood, and the Ankrum and the 19 machine of Hemrick all in the line.
Now we've got everybody back within contact of each other. Somewhat of a mix-up there a couple of laps ago, but now everybody single file almost completely through the field, through turns 3 and 4.
With 4 McAnally-Helgeman trucks up front, you have to wonder who's going to be able to challenge. The 5th in line right now is Grant Enfinger. Then it's defending race winner Kyle Busch and Rajah Caruth.
And remember that Busch and Caruth are teammates there, could team up in those Chevrolets. Sandwiched right in the middle of is a Toyota of Enfinger for CR7 Motorsports. Mosack, the rookie, still leading.
All right, the 81 out front, then it's Jack Wood. Then you look a little farther back, it's Tyler Ankrum. Daniel Hemrick is there. Grant Enfinger has slid back just a bit. Kyle Busch is right there within striking distance. Everybody happy to just ride right now.
Things heating up just a bit back there for 8th. Lane Riggs has the spot. Ben Rhodes all over him as they work their way down the front straightaway, heading back to the banking in turn 1.
Indeed, yeah, Lane Riggs there in the 34 this season, not the 38, but still with Front Row Motorsports. But now they're trying to get back in line, and they stay single file with still your leader, Mosack.
Might go through this first.
Ben Woods on the inside now.
Really
He'll
quick.
try to make a move going in on Matt Crafton down to the bottom of the racetrack. He goes bright orange truck. He'll make some ground down there as he hugs that bottom line, but the train is going to come around him.
Wow, Ben Rhodes did make up a lot of ground. He's able to grab one more position. The big question is, if that bottom stays open, is he going to be able to make up more?
And it looks like there's going to be more action as Corey Heim, past winner here. He goes to the inside of Matt Crafton for about the 10th spot. He's trying to get in between the roads of Crafton machines, but won't make it happen this time.
Corey Heim now slips back once again, trying to make a move on the bottom. Not going to work out for him. 5 trucks are going to ride by him into turn 3, but he'll remount that charge down at the bottom of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Connor Mosack leads off 4.
Again on the bottom right now, Corey Heim trying to find a way in. Ty Majeski has gone by. Now here lining up to the outside of Heim is Stuart Friesen.
And Stuart Friesen's there in that spot. Up ahead of them, Rajah Caruth getting a big-time push from Lane Riggs for about that 6th or 7th position there. It looked like Riggs was going to get out of the line, but he tucks back behind him.
Almost pushed him into the wall from what I could see there, Doug, going into your end of the racetrack. Now that settles down a bit. Caruth falls back in line. Once again, getting kind of racy back in about the 11th and 12th position off 4.
Up front, it's still Connor Mosack leading the way. Jack Wood running in 2nd, but Doug Turnbull, I almost feel like Jack Wood has a faster truck.
It sure looks like it. He can get deeper into the
some.
turns and make it stick there as they're taking the middle lane right now through turns 1 and 2. Mosack fades up high and keeps Wood, his teammate, behind him for now.
Unlike the Xfinity cars and Cup cars, these things punch such a big hole in the air that it's easy to get separated if you're down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Don't tell Ben Rhodes that, though. He's driving down to the bottom, trying to make up some ground.
Ben Rhodes on the bottom slides up just a bit, but he's hanging tough on the inside. Tried to get by Rajah Caruth and Lane Riggs. Couldn't do it. Falls back in line.
And a neon orange truck there for Ben Rhodes as he tries to go to the bottom, goes back to the top. Now stuck on the inside line. Looks like it's that 66 machine. His teammate Luke Finhouse also trying to make some moves as Ben Rhodes goes to the inside again.
Yeah, Rhodes is anxious
trying to get to 200 likes, y'all. Help us out.
He tries to work the bottom of the racetrack. So far, so good. He's gotten himself all the way up to 7th, but can he get back in line? Awfully close. Rajah Caruth not giving him any room.
They almost touched. Rajah Caruth got loose. Ben Rhodes lost all of his momentum. He'll have to settle back in as we've completed 11 laps in stage number 1 here at Atlanta.
No, it was Fox. All right, so there's MRN.
He does have 2. Oh, he's going to try to make a hole.
Squeeze it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Rajah Caruth there on the outside.
Caruth just got in there. Crazy.
Rajah with the... Rajah was not going to let him in. It doesn't look like his teammates are going to let Ben in either. So he's going to go back here.
Lane Riggs gets around Rajah Caruth and moves him into 7th.
Gosh, it's just so risky to do that right now when you look at this line to pull out and make that move. But, you know, if you're going to make a mistake, right now is the time, right? You're 12 laps into the race. Now is the time to go for it.
Working lap number 12. Rajah.
All right, we're in a commercial break. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you hanging as we are going to a commercial break. 13 laps complete of 30. I'll go through the list right here really quick. Connor Mosack, Jack Wood, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, Grant Enfinger, Kyle Busch, Lane Riggs, Raj Caruth, Ty Majeski, Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, Ben Rhodes, Jake Garcia, Corey Heim, William Swallowich, Michael McDowell, Caden Honeycutt, Luke Frenhaus, and Frankie Munoz, and Gio Little G in 20th. So if you guys want to know where some other drivers are, I will scroll for you. Just, hey, CeeLo, scroll. So I'll do it for you. But there is your running order, the top 20 on this Freight 208 here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we're having a good time with you. We're a commercial break right now as we're going to bring in NRN and also FS1 and all that good stuff to you guys. But we bring you every NASCAR Craftsman Truck Race. We brought you the last race on last Friday at Daytona, and now we are here for this one. So thank you guys so much for being here with us. We appreciate you. Hit the like. We're trying to get to 200 likes. Hit the subscribe up there. We're trying to get to 29,900. And we'll see if we can get to 30,000 tomorrow. Who got the poll for tomorrow's race? It was Ryan Blaney. If you guys didn't join us, make sure you check out our qualifying stream we just did just a little before this. And after this, we're all going to go to the Xfinity race. We'll have redirected to the Xfinity race. And just waiting on a commercial break here as they're at it. Crank it up. I wish I could crank it up. Listen to some but we'll definitely do that. I promise we'll do that today at the Xfinity race. I promise you that. Trucks racing kicks, and they're not fooling around either. Single file already. They're just trying to log some laps, get this over with. First stage over with. Second stage is 30, and the third stage is 75. And we're already halfway through the first stage already, trying to do some stuff. Jamie says, thanks, CeeLo. You are welcome, Jamie. You felt bad for Klingerman last week. I know, right? He was celebrating. We were all celebrating for Parker Klingerman. And then DQ'd, and Corey Heim takes advantage of that, and he gets the win. Heim time gets the win, and he was in P2. Matthew, spring training finally started today. I wish they televised the Braves game, but they didn't. Possibly tomorrow might do a game. I just not sure yet. I got to see what time the Atlanta race starts tomorrow, but we'll go from there. Even if we did like an hour, we could do that.
Welcome back to NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from Atlanta as Connor Mosack continues to lead over Jack Wood, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, and Grant Enfinger.
Just a small screen of the actual event. Can't do it, JoJo. Can't show the real
Ben
event.
Rhodes
Can't
making
do
some
that.
aggressive moves, trying to get that track position. It seems like, Joey, he passes one or two, then maybe loses two or three. It's kind of been this seesaw for sure.
He keeps going for it, Once you pass a couple trucks, and you're like, this is working good. I got it all figured out. Next thing you know, you're back behind the trucks you already passed. But what I see here, a little bit laps on the tires now. The pack's starting to separate a little bit.
Yeah, you're seeing gaps right now.
Norman says, go. What's up, Kyle Anderson?
To go, right?
And if you can get to the outside of someone, that's definitely the best move. And you just seen the 17 make that move. That definitely is a great move if you can get to the outside of somebody.
That's Gio Ruggiero with the 17. Made his Truck
MVP's
Series
in the house.
debut
What's up, California
week.
Dave?
Finished second. How about this?
Oh, he's going to get to the top of the 34 here. Down the backstretch. Little push from the 98 to the 34. Whoa. He says, I don't really want that push.
That was a big push at the wrong time. That was right into the corner.
And finger there in P5.
Yeah, Lane Riggs in the 34.
Riggs, come on, Riggs.
6, but quite a moment.
Have fun.
Well, Corey Heim is on the move, up 8 spots. He is in 11th.
So this is when having a little bit of downforce. You heard Topodine at the top of the show talking about it. Having a little bit of downforce really pays off now. And not maybe qualifying well, but you can make these passes here.
Talked about Corey Heim, finished second at Daytona, and then found out that the 75 was DQ'd. He got the win. It's been Heim time. He has been on a roll.
Show. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate you, buddy.
Youngest to ever hit 12 wins. What a season it was last year. For more on him, let's check in with Josh.
And Jamie, you talked about that win. I talked to Heim earlier.
See those 11s for Heim.
Week. He couldn't even really celebrate because even after that win, it went to an appeal. So he didn't really know if it was going to stick until Thursday. But, you know, he got that win here in 2022, but you can still always learn things about this track. And when he did pull out a line before and it didn't work, he said, I just wanted to try that now to see if it was going to work later on in the race. And especially, guys in the booth, when you don't have a practice, how important is it in stage 1 to try things out so you have that in mind for later in the race?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, Josh, this is your chance to learn for these drivers. You know, it's a pretty quick race, 135 laps, and we're already 2/3 of the way through stage 1. So, you know, you want to make mistakes. What you really need to do is you need to make mistakes that aren't fatal, mistakes that don't cause you to crash out of the race, but you can learn off of. And so far, all these guys are doing a great job at just that.
Ryan,
caution-free. Some big moments that look like they could have been a crash, but they're learning a lot as they go here with no practice.
All right, you see the leaders here. They're catching some lap trucks that they're going to have to get around. I don't see it being an issue, but you got 7 laps to go in the stage. They go by quick here. 7 laps at Atlanta is a lot quicker than when you're at a 2.5-mile track like Daytona. So
7 laps to go already.
Think that these guys are starting to come
Tony's
up with a plan.
already gone 1 lap down.
Stage? What do I do? You got his teammates up front there. The next 2 trucks behind him probably thinking, okay, can the 2 of us make this happen together? Will he go with me, or am I on my own? Your mind is running at 1,000,000 miles an hour right now, trying to figure out what is the move to try to gain a spot without losing 5 spots.
Josh? Todd?
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick, the 19. We watched the 88 of Matt Crafton. You guys talked about how loose he was, barely just hanging on for dear life. The 19, Daniel Hemrick, is the opposite problem right now. See right there.
Dodge is going to race their truck ram in 2026.
He cannot get up on his
nice.
teammate of Tyler Ankrum. The truck just wants to push out, and right now he's just waiting for this pit stop to get an adjustment.
Thank you, Todd. A lot of learning here for Daniel Hemrick stepping back into the truck series. He said so many things are different coming from the Cup car and what he's been driving the last couple of years. Guys, he's just having to relearn it all.
Yeah, all 3 of the series, the vehicles drive different. But, you know, in my opinion, Joey, the trucks drive the closest to the Cup car. But there's still a big difference. You know, these trucks still have a solid rear axle, you know, the H-pattern shifter. Oh, and they're a truck, by the way. So the aerodynamics are much different.
Yeah, right here you see 4 to go in the stage. The bottom lane, they got a couple good trucks down there. Grant Enfinger, Lane Riggs as well. Lane's been pretty aggressive. It looks like his truck handles really, really good. They're trying to make something happen down here in the bottom.
Mosack here trying to lead the first stage here, making a run, the 91.
Pull it off. It looks like it's going to be the front row trucks, which is the 34 and the 38. They
4
seem
laps
to have
to go.
the
We go to MRN.
And the pace to be
doing
able to make
a really
moves
great job
across the
of
field.
controlling both lanes right now into turn 3. Mosack looks upstairs for a moment. Enfinger goes right to his bumper now, and he'll be locked into that bumper off of turn 4.
Mosack threw a big block, so Enfinger now right behind him in the 2nd spot. Bottom line, though, is got some momentum as they work to 1.
The McAnally-Hilgeman circus there has been broken up. Grant Enfinger's in 2nd place. 1st place is Connor Mosack as Enfinger's all over his tailgate, and now to the inside is Jack Wood.
Remember Stuart Friesen having some problems earlier? Not so much now. He moves back into that top 6 or 7 trucks, trying to work his way to the front. Connor Mosack, though, doing a great job now as they race all 4.
And how about Corey Heim working his way up toward the front as well? Here comes Connor Mosack, Jack Wood. We've got Lane Riggs now running in 3rd as they head to 1 with 1 to go in stage 1.
3 wide for the lead. Lane Riggs down low. Connor Mosack trapped in the middle. Up high is Jack Wood. This is 3 wide still. They haven't sorted it out. Coming off of turn 2 is a big-time battle up front.
3 abreast. That's the way they race. Jack Wood, give him the advantage now as he gets a shot from Grant Enfinger. Mark Wood out to the front now. He leads the pack. There's still 3 wide behind him. Connor Mosack trying to get back in line off 4.
Coming down to the end of stage number 1. Jack Wood will win it. They're 3 wide, 3 rows deep behind him, but Jack Wood gets his first stage win in 2024.
Lane Riggs finishes stage number 1 in 2nd. Then it's Grant Enfinger, Connor Mosack, Kyle Busch rounding out the top 5. Corey Heim up to 6. Stuart Friesen in 7th. Tyler Ankrum finishes stage 1 in 8th. Daniel Hemrick 9th. And Rajah Caruth rounds out the top 10.
Local radio.
All right, Jack Wood, congrats.
It's all single file, and you could be watching this race saying, man, they're just single file, nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, you see him 3 wide coming to the end of the stage. Jack Wood did a great job able to get the lead there. But I tell you what, that was a big move by Lane Riggs. I like that truck, Brad. I think that thing's got a lot of speed in it.
Impressive job by Jack Wood. Not only was it his first stage win this year, his first in his career. Here's another look at it.
He went outside
by Lane Riggs for the end of stage number 1.
Old Connor Mosack was sitting duck being a rookie there with Jack Wood. I mean, Jack Wood's not much of an elder though, and then Lane Riggs tried to pull it off on the inside, but that outside line did a really good job. Nice Braves hat, CeeLo. You own any lowercase a Aaron Era hat? Yes, I own one. Definitely probably get another one this year, maybe a jersey too. But we do Atlanta Braves channel on this Wells. We do a lot of play-by-play for the Atlanta Braves. So if you like what we have here, you can't wait for our Braves coverage this year. And also we have NASCAR every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday release the paint schemes. Saturday is Cup practice and qualifying. Saturdays for the Xfinity race. Sometimes it's for the truck race on Fridays or Saturdays. And then Sunday, the Cup race here on Sundays. So lots of NASCAR. We also are a big basketball fan, Tennessee basketball. I got to see, did Tennessee win? I don't even know. Let's see here. Tennessee, did they win? Did we win? Yes, we're winning by 4. Awesome. There you go. 4 with 50 seconds to go. So that looks good. So I have Tennessee basketball as well on our channel. We're doing the Final Four this year, the March Madness, all that stuff coming up here in March. We're looking forward to it as much as my schedule will allow. So we thank you guys for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, as we're in stage 2 now. Stage 2 now. So that's good. So we'll get stage 2. We're under caution. We'll have probably not anybody will pit because they said that they might go through stage 2. The way this is moving, we might be done here in an hour or so. But oh my God, the jokes. Bet Jack Wood gets. There you go. Go Cubs, George says. He went below the double white line, Jeremy says. I don't know. We'll see when they come back, see if they say anything. I thought the 34 was going to cause a big wreck. I thought so too. So we are at the end of our stage. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We appreciate you. And it's been fun. So far. Coming up later after this, we're going to have Xfinity Series coming up right after this. So looking forward to it. Yeah, Bob Poggers said the 34 is being penalized. Ooh, okay. So I'm sure they'll talk about that when they come back. And we'll go to NRN. That's going to be hard for me to remember. So what was the merger? MRN and PRN merged, and now they're NRN? Is that how it works? What happened there? So someone explain to me that. Is Parker driving? No, Stacy, he is not in this race. Duke and Illinois coming up tonight at 7 Eastern on FS1. We're on FS1 watching the truck race, NASCAR Racing Network, I believe. All right.
Win there.
The
And
NASCAR
Lane Riggs
Racing
came
Network.
across the line third, Joey, but he had some issues.
The starter won't work. Can you drop the clutch? Well, I'm still clutched in. Drop the clutch, see if it'll start it. I've tried several times. It won't do anything. No power.
This is Lane Riggs.
Joey, a good day has gone bad here real fast. This was probably the fastest truck from what we could see with Lane Riggs. First off, as you can see now, he's got no power, so his truck's not running. He got to push down pit road and missed his pit stall. And then on top of that, he is going to get a penalty for going underneath the yellow line.
Which is the least of his worries right now.
Yes.
After all that, but I don't know if he's going to get stage points.
He won't get any stage points because he was penalized. You cannot go below the double white line. It acts as a yellow line and advance your position. That's what they felt he did there, so he won't get any stage points. And then this issue happened right on top of it. So they continue to help push him back around as Lane Riggs does not have power.
Yeah, he's losing laps now.
That sucks
even
for
if they
him.
are able to fix it, it's going to be very hard.
You know,
for
his
him to
issue, he's
recover
not
from
in the
this.
Love's car. That's the issue.
See stage 1 points.
Lane Riggs is not
Jack
good
Wood
without the
maximizes
Love's
them with
car.
10.
Well, a lot has happened here, and we're going to have green flag or yellow flag pit stops here. I guess some of these guys are not going to try to stay out, Joey. We talked about maybe being able to connect stages 1 and 2 without pitting. It looks like quite a few of the trucks are going to pit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it went green the whole way, so you're burning a lot of fuel. You know, I think you're going to have to pit here to make it.
Corey Heim looks like he might be staying out. Handful of others, but the leaders are definitely pitting.
Definitely a unique pit road here. You guys actually have to enter inside turn 3, and it's a long drive around.
Yeah, very challenging pit road because of how long it is, Jamie, and you have to maintain pit road speed all the way from the
pit stops. They're going to do some pit stops here.
Lines to yellow line to yellow line, 3 yellow lines here as Jack Wood pulls in his pit stop.
Todd, they're coming your way.
Yeah, 34 lane rigs. They think that the master kill switch might be shorted out, not working properly. Drew Blickensderfer runs the Cup team. He said that they had a problem with the start of the race with it, so they might think that's the problem. Josh?
For the 81 of Connor Mosack, just replaying how the end of that stage went and what he could have done better. That was his biggest concern. For Grant Enfinger, it was all about the grip in that truck, guys.
This pit road is one of the most dangerous pit roads every year, Joey. It's such a small pit road. The boxes are small. We see crashes here every year. Truck drivers did a good job here of not having an accident.
A lot of pit road speeding penalties as well. We'll keep an eye on that. A lot of adjustments on pit road. Jack Woods, a happy man.
All right, so after the pits, Jack Wood didn't do too well. So it looks like Corey Heim, Ty Majeski is going to be P1, P2, Grant Enfinger, Connor Mosack, Kyle Busch, Tyler Ankrum, Raj Caruth. I don't think any of these guys pit. Jack Garcia, Bailey Curry, Chandler Smith, Gio. So the top 12 here did not pit, and then from here on, everybody else pit. Jack Wood there in 13th. I'm assuming. I believe that's what it was. What channel is this on? Richard is on FS1. What's up, everybody? Hit that like for us. Trying to get to 200 likes. Hit that subscribe up there. We're trying to get to 29,900 as we're crawling our way to 30K. We're just fishing it along. But there is that. So Ben Rhodes, Caden Honeycutt, Matt Mills, Keith McGee, Daniel Hemrick in 21st. William Swallowich, I'm surprised on him. 23rd, Andres Perez. Tanner Gray in 24th, Luke Ferreras in 25th, Frankie Munoz 26th, Nathan Bird 27th, Josh Rume in 28th, 29th, Spencer Boyd and Justin Carroll 30th, 31st, Tony Brenninger, who is 2 laps down, so she's having some issues, and then Lane Riggs, who is now 3 laps down, as he's having some issues as well with his car. So thank you guys for being here. We are now in stage 2. These boys were going fast here, pretty quick, but coming up, the Xfinity Series after this. We'll go to a new stream after this is over, so we'll transport you guys to the new stream, so you won't have to worry about links or anything like that, but I will put it in there. Did you hear about the new sign at the beginning of pit road? I have not heard about that one, Tom. Let us know about the new sign at the beginning of pit road. Tom's got an announcement for us. We have a new sign at the beginning of pit road. What does the sign say? Someone let us know, unless Tom types it in first. Did not know about the new sign. What's the sign say? But thank you guys for being here. Hit that like for us. It will reveal at the Xfinity race beginning. Oh, I'll reveal it at the Xfinity race. Okay. Good deal. Tom will let us know at the Xfinity race, not during the truck race. Woohoo, it's CeeLo all day, Dallas says. Yeah, racing day in Atlanta.
Jake Garcia from Monroe talked about Chandler Smith from Talking Rock, Georgia.
They were looking pretty awful in that first quarter, first half, Shane.
Got
Glad.
the Truck Series victory
It's a
here
big
couple
win.
Of years ago.
Huge.
Told me this isn't his favorite style of racetrack, but he's so good every time we're here.
Well, I feel like if you win here today, you might change that tune a little bit. It's usually how drivers work. When you run good at a track, you like it. When you don't, it's not my style.
Then you suddenly embrace it.
Yeah.
Well, Corey Heim mixed up the strategy a little bit, decided to stay out. So did Ty Majeski.
And just to put a bow on Lane Riggs, it appears they've got his truck back running
holding
again,
a squirrel.
2 laps down.
Squirrel.
So you see Daniel Hemrick, not sure if he had an issue on pit road now. Hemrick, one of 2
What up, Ryan
drivers
Smith?
caught for speeding that first round of pit stops. Nathan Bird in the 02 is the other one.
And it's not you.
Updating Lane Riggs in the 34, it appears they have him under power now. That was a good truck. Right before all this happened, Brad, you had said that is the truck to beat.
He's not
right
done,
now.
Riggs. He's still out there.
The front, made the pass was trying to make the pass for the lead, and it went south fast, Joey.
And the tough part for the 34 of Lane Riggs right now, he's 2 laps down. There's 3
All right,
trucks
we're going
in
to
front of him.
NRN.
Over the last 27, this November will be 28 years that we've had the Homes for the Holidays program. That's where we give $5,000 down payment assistance and fully furnished homes for families.
See, with the start of this race here, we always go to NRN radio for the start of the races.
36 single
start of the green flags, any green flag.
So we've been able to really impact lives, change lives, and most people think we just help single mothers, but we also help single fathers
and Daniel
as well.
Hemrick.
So we want to be able to help create that stability long-term for kids.
Well, stick with us and watch some green flag racing. Corey Heim, Ty Majeski take the green flag. Stage number 2 is underway. Nathan Bird and Daniel Henrik, by the way, have been busted for speeding during the pit stop. Leaders in turn number 1.
And they've dropped to the back as Corey Heim's got a big push for Ty Majeski, trying to get ahead of the inside line that's led by Kyle Busch and stage 1 dominator Connor Mosack, as now they try to get back in line.
Corey Heim has that lead, being shoved by Majeski, a couple trucks separation. Then you got Kyle Busch working the bottom of the racetrack. All of those guys slide up to the very top as he race all 4.
Corey Heim leading the field right now, looking for some big things here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Right on his bumper, though, you've got Ty Majeski, Kyle Busch in the mix as well.
Quite the accordion effect. They fanned out and then got right back together on the front straightaway. Now they're fanning out again as Grant Enfinger for the 4th spot is going to go all the way next to the wall and try to pull around Connor Mosack. A feeding fest here on the backstretch.
Connor Mosack makes his way in behind Grant Enfinger now. Meanwhile, up front, Kyle Busch is going to dispose of Corey Heim, or can he get it done? He wants to lead all 4, not going to be able to do it this time.
Ty Majeski passes Corey Heim. Now Kyle Busch side by side with Heim, with Busch getting some help from the draft of Connor Mosack.
All the teams broke it up after an MHR domination in stage 1. Up high, it's the Thor Sport Machine of Ty Majeski and Spire Motorsports Kyle Busch down low with Connor Mosack pushing him.
Side by side, 2 by 2. That's the way they race the first 5 rows now. Once again, Kyle Busch getting a good shot. Matt Crafton up against the wall. He gets up against the wall, holds on to his truck. Everybody's going to come riding by, and we're not going to see the caution flag as the field's back to turn number 1.
Matt Crafton now making his way to pit road as Kyle Busch leads him on the bottom.
And he's got a push for Connor Mosack. Behind them, Tyler Ankrum and several more. Up top, it's Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, Grant Enfinger, and Jack Wood, who was the stage 1 winner.
2 by 2 by 2, truck racing at Atlanta. Watching the leader now. Kyle Busch got a big shove from Connor Mosack. Mosack, bottom of the racetrack. Up top, the number 11, Corey Heim. He rides in that 4th spot.
A 7-time truck winner at Atlanta, Kyle Busch, is back out front. Connor Mosack, Tyler Ankrum now trying to draft up to him as we go down to pit reporter Andrew Curlin.
Yeah, guys, we saw that problem with Matt Crafton. He's on pit road. He told the team blue a right front, so he's on pit road. They're servicing that car right now, but problems for Truck Series champion Matt Crafton.
Pat, battle for the lead in front of you.
Mosack goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch to the outside. Tyler Ankrum on the bottom as well as they come off.
Take it back to Menards.
It'll be Kyle Busch trying to retake the lead.
Mosack tried to move up in front of him. Kyle Busch did not give him room. He's getting a big push now from Ty Majeski.
The runs keep coming and going for these cars. They're springboarding through the field. So Mosack had a great run. Then he shrinks back to his teammate Ankrum. Kyle Busch has moved from the bottom lane to the top and has picked up Ty Majeski in the lead there.
So Kyle Busch now in the number 7 has control of the 2 lanes. Bottom lane, Mosack up on the top side. Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum in the bottom lane now. 2 by 2 again, all 4.
Kyle Busch on the high side of this, and it looks like that seems to be the dominant lane right now, getting a big push from Ty Majeski as they head to 1.
And you see these cars backing up to each other. That's just what Connor Mosack did as they come up with the lap machine of Mac.
Now you see the second lane's really, hanging well. You got a couple good trucks up there in the front of it, and it looks completely different than the first.
Well, we had that caution period, and you got to think these guys had a chance to work on their trucks a little bit. Maybe take a little
44 laps complete of 135.
A little more aggressive with how they're driving them.
You know, one of the questions coming into the whole weekend for all 3 series, can you have a fast car or a fast truck in qualifying and have a great handling car or truck? And I think Connor Mosack is a perfect example. They hit it both so far.
He looks like he has both for sure, Jamie, and he's showing it right now. He's ran in the top 3 or 4 here. The whole race, led a bunch. He's got a great car or a great truck to win today if he can keep this up.
The 88, Matt Crafton, had a commitment cone violation.
So
he'll bring it back down pit road now.
Insult to injury. He's already lost 3 laps. He'll probably end up losing 4.
My gosh. When it rains, it pours. What's up, Big J?
Ran up against the wall.
Might be time for Crafton to retire. He's had his dues.
Turn 3. It is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just
halfway through stage 2 already.
45 laps in the books, 91 laps to go. And yes, Michael McDowell's second straight truck race in a row for him. It's been a long time since he ran in this
check it
series,
out.
He looks pretty free right here, Joe. He's had a couple big bobbles there and a good save. That should be the team truck to Kyle Busch, Aspire Motorsports.
Hit that like, trying to get to 200 likes, y'all. 200.
Kyle Busch continues to lead here. He's now led in all 15 starts at Atlanta. We're going to step aside, but you won't miss a thing as we go side by side.
Let's see if everyone...
You know, cars pushing another car, but they also looking for that little crease that they can go and try to get around or so forth. So it's
insult to injury
like
for the 88. Not only did he wreck and have to come down pit road, he got caught speeding.
Field and actually applying it on,
you got the peeps.
Racetrack.
Well, Warwick, we want to thank you for coming up here, number one. Number two, and probably most importantly, everything that you do for the community. Your charitable efforts, we know, have helped so many people, and it's just a wonderful thing.
Oh, no, I thank you guys for having me up to, I hope I didn't slow y'all down a little bit, but
absolutely
I am thankful for the commitment the community has and for me and the things they've done, how they supported us, and how we just want to continue to grow and help families and communities across the country. So
you're welcome.
I have a big plan, a strategic plan of growing, impacting families in different communities. So
thank you guys for being here on the Go at CeeLo. Appreciate y'all.
All
right, thank you very
50
much.
laps
Work
complete.
Done joining us here in the booth at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We have 18 of 30 laps in stage number 2 complete. Now 19 of 30. Kyle Busch leads Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, Connor Mosack, and Tyler Ankrum.
We are under the green flag.
Listen up.
Let's listen to Rowdy's spotter and scanner. Let's see if he's saying anything. See if Rowdy's saying anything. I don't think he is, but we'll listen here.
One back 98, one back 11. Side by side with 11 back there. 2 back right now. Starting to struggle the last 2 laps. 11's now clear. So you got 2 singles and a double file. 2 singles and double file. If anything, headlight lower most of the times with that 98 there behind you.
That's Rowdy's spotter.
You're going to have 3 singles. The 9.
Thanks, Mark.
Going to be clear. Is going to go bottom. Other 2 are top with you. Bottom by himself. He's got a gap of 3 behind him. Those guys have been running the bottom.
Been a fan for a long time.
Side by side here behind you now.
You had spotters the whole time.
90 is going to be clear. 90 is going to be clear. Just watch your bottom end of the entry. 11's going to be clear. Still in line. You're good. In line.
Kyle Busch in the 7 truck continues to lead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ty Majeski just behind him. Grant Enfinger, Corey Heim, your top 4.
Streamlabs.
Biggest mover since the restart. How about the 44?
Busch. You can beat him.
Bailey Curry doing a great job. Actually, he's the only truck on 4 fresh tires. He has gone from 17th on the restart
plus 11.
all the way forward, guys. Good call for that team.
Yeah, he's hanging right inside the top 10 here in that bottom lane. Just needs this bottom lane to move forward a little bit.
9 to go in stage 2
to make something with it.
Yeah, he was the 3rd truck in the bottom lane. Then Grant Enfinger recently just pulled down there to try to pull that lane forward and move himself going. So, you know, he got demoted in the lane, is what I say. Like, he pulls down in front, like, I was 3rd, now I'm 4th in that lane. You're a little further back, but he's got potential to move forward if that lane moves forward.
Josh?
Well, just an update on Connor Mosack, and when I talked to him earlier, he talked about the fact that this drafting style of racing is not something that
we'll be
he's
seeing
very
in June.
familiar
That's
with.
right.
So his spotter, Derek Nealon, is talking him fully through it, when to be wide open, when to drag the brake. Take a listen.
Drag just a touch, keeping him tighter to you this time. There you go. Drag just a touch, drag just a touch. Keep dragging. Off brake, wide open. There you go. Little bumps to you. Stay out there even. Drag just a little bit. 3/4 off. Half off. Keep dragging. Let him get to you sooner. Let him get to you sooner. Off brake, wide open now.
A lot of information there, and I know all drivers like different information. What did you think of what you heard?
Well, he's trying to get him to where he can tandem with the trucks that are in front or behind, in this case behind him. Because what's interesting about these race cars is when they get nose to tail and actually push each other, they'll gain a lot of speed. But, you know, when they're a foot or 2 apart from each other, the draft doesn't seem to be as effective. So he's trying to help his driver kind of work his way through that process.
Joey, when we were in break, we noticed it is fully cloud cover now. The sun has gone away, and the style of racing looks a little bit different. We have more side-by-side than we had in stage 1.
Yeah, as you say that, the single file is back up in the
for
front.
the first 7 cars.
That, everyone had the opportunity to go to work on their truck during their first pit stop. The sun went away, as you said, Jamie. So, maybe the trucks have a little bit of grip. Everyone has a little bit more confidence in that bottom lane as they were able to do that in the end of the stage. But here we are with 5 to go in the stage. We're about done with the stage, and you see it single file at the front.
Yeah, but
that's quick.
Like I said, 4 laps this time left in the stage. I have a feeling that with 1 or 2 to go, it's not going to look single file anymore. Kind of like the end of the last stage. They're going to find a way to
lap
find
time.
the grip and courage to
Kyle
really
Busch's
race
best
hard
lap was lap 27.
But the thing is, what we've seen, you got to have, it looks to me, 4 to 5
lap 27, he ran a
30.638. Mediocre trucks. You need the good ones to make that lane work. And, they lost a few, and now they're, look at Daniel Hemrick got a little bit out of control there. You're going to be able to roll the top side. That's just that draft. Look at the draft on the top. This is what we're talking about. Able to get 2 trucks clear there.
Average lap time is 30.947. Was he crying?
A little bit of contact, it looked like.
Whoa! Jeez.
Ray in the 15.
Nice job by Jake Garcia in the 13. Stay off of Tanner Gray.
He probably thinks he's dreaming. He hasn't been out front in a while.
Yes.
Well,
a lot of
Rowdy.
air moving the vehicles around, right? I know you can't see it, but these cars and trucks rely on air for a lot of different things, and handling is part of it. When you get in the middle of 3, as you can see, Gray was here in the 15, it just starts swirling around.
What is the issue with
the
Amber?
truck loses grip.
I don't either.
Here we are back to the front here. It looks like he had an issue here. Is that Corey Heim?
Yeah, is he out of fuel? Remember,
he might be out of fuel.
Corey
He's
Heim?
shaking the
Oh,
truck.
no.
I think he is out of gas.
Remember, Corey Heim had stayed out. Yep.
Wow. 2 to go. So Brad and I were talking about maybe connecting it.
Wow, pit road's
what a
now
bummer
closed.
for
This is gonna be
11.
insult to injury in a lot of ways.
Right here. Down.
So Corey Heim makes it down safely.
That sucks.
Remember, Ty Majeski had stayed out as well.
And this long pit road, Jamie, he's going to lose a lot of time. He might not even make it back to his pit box as long as this pit road is with no fuel to power his vehicle.
Final lap of stage number 2.
See, Grant Enfinger went to the bottom. Connor Mosack followed him. They're not going to have a good enough run to get up to the front. The move is on Majeski right now into 3.
Majeski wants these stage points too. Remember, he runs full time in this series, last year's champion.
Here comes Grant Enfinger in the 9. Does he have enough time out of turn 4? Kyle Busch, flag in the air. He wins stage number 2. Ty Majeski, who opted to stay out, finishes 2nd. Grant Enfinger 3rd.
Stage 3.
Michael McDowell 4th, and Caden Honeycutt round out the top 5. Meanwhile, Corey Heim is limping his way down pit road, out of fuel.
All right, where's my rowdy friends in the house tonight? If you are a rowdy friend and you are excited to see Kyle Busch, old KFB, take the stage number 2, let's see. Let me see those 7s, y'all. If you are a rowdy friend today, let me see those 7s. Rowdy, their Michigan man says, rowdy. That's right. The 7 takes the second, is stage 2. And this is why we pit under caution, people. These trucks do need fuel to run after all. That's right, Big J. Dropping those 7s. Lots of rowdy friends here today. We'll see what happens. So we are now in stage 3. All right, y'all, here it is. Stage 3. At beginning of stage 3, we always here on our channel, we give you the opportunity to change your pick. So what is it going to be? Are you going to take, as I'm taking Rowdy, I'm going to take him, keep him, and I'll keep my dark horse, Daniel Hemrick. Are you keeping Kyle Busch? Are you picking Kyle Busch to win this thing? Are you changing it to someone else? Who is it going to be? Everybody's saying Rowdy. Everybody's saying Rowdy. Everybody's saying Rowdy. Bad gamble. That's right, Brian. That was a bad gamble. Almost did it. 2 laps, though. Just missed it there. Rowdy or Heim? You think Heim can... Well, Heim pit before the caution, so he won't have to pit with everybody else, right? So we'll see what happens. Timothy says, I'm staying. Your pick is the 7. Jack Wood, T. Lee says. Let's go Geo, Mad Steve. Okay, little Geo, actually, he's not doing so much like he did last week, but love this station. Thank you, Stacy. Who else? Who you guys? Who do you have? I'm keeping Rowdy. Dark Horse Heim, 6 yellows, Trenton says. All right. Heim is now 2 laps out. Okay, so he won't be able to, he'll get 1 lap back, maybe. We'll see. Sticking with the 9, T-Van says, I like Jack too. Got to go with the low-hanging fruit and say Rowdy, but Mosack is my new dark horse. Okay. Ryan Reed says, oh, I love Kyle Busch. Yes, everybody loves Kyle Busch here. My dark horse, Michael McDowell, Timothy. Okay. All right. 7 all the way. Tie for Nathan. Majeski. Pine Top Brewing, baby. Mark Gilbert, somewhere in South Georgia. One day I'll visit that place in South Georgia. 190 proof. My man, what's his name? Braves fan. He's there. He's hanging out today watching the trucks. Freezing his little butt off. McDowell for my dark horse. T-Van says, okay. All right. All right. So we got lots of picks. What's the board says? It says Kyle Busch, P1, Grant Enfinger, P2, Michael McDowell, P3, Caden Honeycutt, 4, Jack Wood, 5, Connor Mosack, 6, Stuart Friesen, 7th, Chandler Smith, 8th, Daniel Hemrick, 9th, and Raj Karuth in P10.
Dynasty in the making. The new season begins March 28th, only on Fox.
Keeping, all right.
Wow, we've had a turn of events.
George is going Enfinger, huh?
And company come down pit road for the end of
Heim is still on pit road.
Went
That's
to
not
break.
good.
Corey Heim was limping his way down pit road, stopped, had to get help.
Tanner Graves at the fastest bonus point, huh?
Ty
Yeah.
Majeski ran out of fuel, had to make it down for a pit stop.
A lot has transpired here in the last 30 seconds, and now we're about to have even more action as pit road is open, and these guys need tires and fuel.
Todd, they're coming your way.
Yeah, Jack Wood started this race in 5th, but Jamie, this racetrack was started to race in the right sun. Now it is totally cloudy. His truck has gotten tight. He dropped out of the top 10, worked his way back to 4th by the end of that stage, kind of liking the truck, but a little tight. Josh?
Well, for the 7 of Kyle Busch, he said he was pretty happy with that truck. Handling is good on that thing. Wants tires, obviously wants fuel to get a slight vibration to go away, but he also gave credit to his crew chief, Brian Patty. He said, hey, good work on that strategy there. I saw some guys run out of fuel.
A lot more adjustments. You see such a tight pit road.
And at the end of pit road, you see
Ooh, Kyle Busch.
Oh, Kyle got trapped behind Corey Heim.
Oh. And Corey's still working on their truck. It might not have been just out of gas. It's looking like, I almost looked like they were changing the battery back there. Looks like they're having some issues.
182 likes. Let's see if we get to 200. And Corey Heim's having some issues.
Pit box, so work ongoing on Corey Heim. Pit road is tight. Kyle Busch, nice.
Rowdy, I don't think he's going to come out P1, though.
Had caution laps to kind of help them with that. And again, it bit Corey Heim, and it has also hurt Ty Majeski as well.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Let's go back down to pit road. Andrew Curlin, what can you tell us?
Yeah, we were talking about Kyle Busch's radio issues in stage 1. Channel 1 was just not working for him, so he just talked to the team. They switched to channel 2, and that seems to be working for the time being. So be careful for Kyle Busch. He's got clean radio waves for this final stage, and definitely a threat.
Watching the races,
Thank you very much, Andrew. Appreciate that. Corey Heim is back on the track. He is actually running 31st out of 32 trucks, and right now is being shown 4 laps down. I think when he cycles back around here, Mark, he's going to be 3 laps down. That was a big one for him. Running out of fuel. For Ty Majeski, he's actually still being shown, it would appear, on the lead lap as we look at our scoring right now, but I think he is actually a lap down. We'll have to wait for this to
The leaders definitely passed him while they were trying to refire the engine for him.
Well, we want to thank Freight 208 for sponsoring the race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, longtime supporters of racing, and the president of Freight Racing, Matt Erickson, is now joining us up here in the booth. Matt, how you doing today?
Great, guys. How are you?
Time is now out of contention.
We're doing great, and it looks like we've got a great crowd, great race for the Freight 208.
Yeah, we're excited. If you look down at Victory Lane, you'll see we have our Easy Go golf cart. This will be our second year our third year, to award one of those to the lucky winner. And last year it was Kyle Busch. We're hoping this year we get another first-time winner. Corey Heim, Christian Eckes have all won this race. And Got a little bit of love for Jake Garcia, one of our freight racing late model drivers. He's out there. Looks like he's having a pretty good race. I haven't seen how they came out of the pits, but hoping he can keep in some clean air and meet us down in victory lane afterwards.
That is an awesome trophy, by the way, and a useful one as well. That's a really cool thing that you're doing.
Carew,
well, you
Billy
mentioned
Bowles.
your late model program as well. Freight has very deep roots in racing.
Absolutely. You know, obviously you mentioned earlier we are involved
New
in
leader,
track
Carew.
partnerships. We love to bring families to the racetrack. But a few years ago we decided we wanted to be not just part of racing, but we wanted to be
Matt
in
Mills?
the sport. And we partnered with Ricky Turner and Will Coates and
B12.
Brian Turner, late model legends in the sport, brought Chase up through his career. And we got Chase in the car racing with us as well. So it's really exciting. The best part about it, though, is the driver development piece. We have Seth Christensen, Gage Gilby, a new driver we just signed out of Nova
State
Scotia,
Ross
Canada. He makes
almost
his
go
first
with
start in the Alabama
CeeLo
200
is on
here
board
just in
my
another
big
week.
rig. Yes, sir.
And Luke Yarbrough, actually another driver we just recently
Give me
signed.
old
So having those mature drivers, Chase,
Give me
obviously
old
championship
horn there,
pedigree,
California
and Jake
days.
Garcia, who's made his ranks here. We're excited to have all those guys running together and learning the sport at that level.
The Chase he keeps throwing in there is Chase Elliott.
Don't
right?
count out McDowell.
That's correct.
You're right,
Chase
Brian.
Elliott. Yes, and obviously Chase and Ricky, a lot of history together, and it's awesome to bring those two guys back together, see them in the shop and at the track doing
You
what they
are
do
right
best.
about that.
I'm sorry, Matt, if you would, tell us a little bit more about Freight.
Yeah, so freight racing. Well, the reality is this started out as freight auctions. Freight auctions was a reverse logistics and consigning organization that took overstocked and
Local
undersold
listings
merchandise
posted
and
at
entered it into the
NASCAR.com
secondary.
for the latest information.
A lot more action still to come this weekend. Jamie Little joined by Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano. They'll both be on track tomorrow and fast in qualifying. Well, Corey Heim, his issues continued for a bit on pit road. He is now 4 laps down. Josh, what's going on?
Well, yeah, Jamie, we saw obviously the 11 try and stretch that fuel window to the end, ran out of fuel, had to come in and get that. And then, of course, after that, they had an issue on pit road. He could not get that truck that is.
KB versus McDowell, we'll see.
Fire it. Finally got it to fire back up, and then, of course, they had to come
What
back
up,
down
world?
the pit road,
According to
get
Nate.
4 tires top off with fuel. So a bad day, just getting worse for Corey Heim.
We've seen this with a couple drivers here today where just a lot of misfortune to some degree. Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, both of them looked like they had some of the trucks to beat, and now they are buried, and it's going to be hard for them to dig out of that.
Yeah, not to mention Majeski going through the same thing as well, which I don't know if he's on the lead lap or
Majeski's now
not.
back on pit road, actually.
Yep, he's 1 lap down. Looks like he's probably going to top off here as they go double up.
Which he's going to be in the back anyways because he pitted during the closed pit road, so he's going to have to start in the very back. So he's going to top off here. And I tell you what, guys, making it to the end here is questionable, right? I think a few cautions, you can stretch this with a lot of cautions. I look for these trucks to pit. If there's a caution within 5 laps, probably going to see the whole field top it off and try to make it to the end.
Fox Sports just cut off the race. Oh, no, BG. Glad you're here, buddy.
They got all the time in the world to do it. And now they're on their own strategy. They can maybe try something a little bit different than everybody else.
Don't do
An
that,
update
BG.
on the 38, Chandler Smith had a safety violation. A crew member had fallen over the wall. He was 9th at the time, so that is a penalty.
All right, here we go. 75 laps here in stage 3. We got 3 already done.
He'll drop
Or 6
to
already
the
done.
rear. That's where he started the
$2
race,
for
fought his
World
way
According
all
to
the way
Nate.
back
Everybody
up
tell
inside the
Nate
top
thank
10.
you. Thank you, Nate.
He's back there with his teammate who actually stayed out to take the wave around. Not the free pass, the
Corey
wave
Heim,
round. So
and
he's
then
going to be low on
McGee,
fuel
that's a
and
Keith
needing a
McGee
yellow.
in the 32nd spot. He is the only truck out currently.
Rajah Caruth takes him into the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. He is on the outside of Daniel Hemrick. They will go side by side underneath the green flag as we are back to racing in stage 3.
68 laps to go here. More than half of this race left in this field. The leaders are tucked up behind each other. Spire teammates, Perez de Lara, and the leader Caruth is down low. It's Daniel Hemrick getting a big push for Grant Enfinger.
Right now, Rajah Caruth is going to nose out in front of Hemrick. They'll stay pretty much side by side into turn 3. Bottom of the racetrack is Hemrick. Then the outside is Caruth as they come off 4.
Here is Tyler Ankrum. He is now trapped in the middle to his inside. Grant Enfinger outside Rajah Caruth. They've left him hung out to dry.
What a gaggle as Daniel Hemrick drops out of the top 10 there, hung 3 wide in the middle. Is up front. Grant Enfinger is getting a nose in front of the leader, Rajah Caruth. Behind Enfinger Enfinger is Connor Mosack as more trucks start to tuck up under him.
Behind that group, it is a wild, snarling pack, all trying to race their way up to the front. 3 wide, that back in the backstretch there. Back in the middle of turns 3 and 4 with Michael McDowell. Meanwhile, up front, Caruth and Enfinger.
Jack Wood is off the pace. It looks like he's headed to pit road, your stage 1 winner. Meanwhile, Rajah Caruth on the outside of Enfinger for the lead.
With a big push from Perez Delar, then they break apart, if you will, in turns 1 and 2. Down low, Grant Enfinger still a nose ahead with Connor Mosack and Hemrick pushing.
Hemrick trying to work to the bottom of the racetrack. He's in that bottom lane. Connor Mosack right in front of him. He shoves Mosack right up to Grant Enfinger. Can't make anything work. Once again, Caruth stays right there and holds serve with Daniel Hemrick.
As they work their way out of turn number 4, Enfinger to the inside. Mosack pushing hard on Rajah Caruth. Now Hemrick will shove Enfinger out of shape as they go to 1.
3 wide for the 3rd position. Hemrick in the middle, up high Perez Delara, down low Grant Enfinger, and who's pushing Hemrick now? Kyle Busch has entered the chat down the back straightaway.
Enfinger's going to slide back and really be a loser with that particular formation going into turn 2, off 2 and down the backstretch. Meanwhile, bottom of the racetrack, Daniel Hemrick trying to make up ground.
Rajah Caruth continues to lead the train as they come across the start-finish line. Then it's Connor Mosack on the outside. Andres Perez running in 3rd.
Battle for the lead. Down low, Connor Mosack just zigs and zags right under Connor. Make that Rajah Caruth. Daniel Hemrick pulls up behind Mosack as Caruth got loose off of turn 2 and gathers it up.
Now everybody moves out next to the wall. Kyle Busch down there waiting on Enfinger to get to him to maybe get a shove here to move that number 7 truck up a little bit. Hemrick shows the nose to Mosack off of turn number 4 and controls off of 4.
As they work their way down across the strike, we're going to have 63 laps to go in this race. Mosack showing the way with Caruth, Perez, and Hemrick battling for the number 2 spot.
They're passing the lap machine of Jack Wood, who's just exiting the pits right now. These trucks with Connor Mosack leading cannot stay hooked together. They keep having to engage and disengage, and that breaks up those runs, Pat.
3 wide, bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch now moves all the way up to the 2nd spot, has a really good run. Mosack cuts him off, but move Kyle Busch. Now he'll dart to the inside. He'll try to take the lead.
Kyle Busch, big crossover move. He will have the lead at the start-finish line. He's going to pull his Spire Motorsports teammate Rajah Caruth with him on the bottom.
They both did the zig and the zag, up high and down low. Now it's Kyle Busch leading the bottom line with Rajah Caruth behind him, and up top, that line's being pulled by Connor Mosack and Daniel Hemrick. These trucks are really handling well, Pat.
Kyle Busch, boy, you let him see the door and open just a little bit, and he will jump on it. He did it right then. Now he controls the lead. Rajah Caruth, the bottom side. Connor Mosack. Now Caruth sideways. The field going to be hung up here behind Rajah Caruth. Everybody spreads to try to get away from him. Rajah Caruth gets tagged again right there at the start-finish line. Caution on the racetrack.
William Sawalich, the one who tagged Rajah Caruth, a little bit of damage to his front end. Rajah Caruth stopped just past the start-finish line. Heavy left front damage, also right rear damage as well, as caution is out here in the Freight 208.
That sucks for Caruth. He was leading the race.
Across the start-finish line.
As fast as Rajah spun out and switched directions, something
that sucks for Caruth, man.
His outside.
Said he cut a tire.
I think he cut a tire too.
The tire is off of one of these trucks, but there's been so much contact here lately, we can't tell who.
It just seemed like it happened so fast, Brad.
Yeah, I want to see the replay here. He had Connor Mosack on his outside. I wonder if it took the air off and spun him out, Joey. I'm going to get a replay here in a minute as you see all the carnage. You know, you just can't appreciate how intense this racing is and how fast it is until it goes wrong. Here you're going to see Connor Mosack on the outside of Rajah Caruth here. And the 71 is just going to come around.
Ooh, dude, that happened
Let the caution parade
begin. You don't typically see
right.
a truck just snap that quickly.
It looks like the tires are up, though, Joey.
I know.
I don't see one flat.
Usually there's a bit of a drift moment, right, where you get a slide or a snap and you catch
Don't
it
think
a couple
Hemrick's
times.
going to win either. Nope, he's not.
Ends.
Not much he could do about that.
Swallowich involved
right
as
in front of
well.
the field here. A lot of big hits.
Some big.
Perez in the 77 was having a great day. Yeah.
We're under caution for the first time for an incident on track. We'll step aside as Kyle Busch continues to lead Connor Mosack.
All right, Rowdy's in the lead. Got Connor Mosack 2, Grant Enfinger 3, Ben Rhodes 4th, Luke Van Halsen 5th. Look at that. Got the that the 66? Yeah, Ford. Stuart Friesen in 6th, 7th, Little G, Caden Honeycutt in 8th, Tanner Gray 9th, and Bailey Curry in your top 10. There's Matt Mills for the one who was asking earlier. Matt Mills in 11th. So thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you hanging out on our channel. We're happy to have a good time here. Coming up right after this is the NASCAR Xfinity race, the Bennett Transportation 250, and Jesse Love and his partner Austin Hill on the pole on the outside row there for the front row of the Bennett Transportation 250. After this, we'll go to a different stream, and that is up already. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put that a pin message in the chat already. So I'm going to do that right now so you guys know that we'll be going over there for the Bennett Transportation. All right, let's see here. YouTube Studio. Content. Live. No, not right now. All right. Join us. See if MRN's back on.
They had him go back out. He's going to come back around to continue to work on the damage of his race truck. Also, at that same exact time, Michael McDowell had a loose wheel, some kind of issue, an equalized tire. He wasn't sure. It was vibrating really bad right before that caution, through the turns especially. So they were getting ready to come down pit road. So this caution, it was an ideal time for Michael McDowell to take advantage and get that tire fixed for him. Also on pit road was Jack Wood just moments ago with a loose wheel, and they had to change those two right side tires. Andrew Curlin.
Yeah, Wendy, the tow truck actually just took that 71 truck of Raja Karuth behind the wall. Raja is already out of the car. A tough break for him. They took two tires at that stage
sucks for
break
Karuth. He was leading the race.
some track position, and if there's a theme today, it seems that alternate strategies are not playing well for these guys. Tough break for Raja Karuth, who's out of this race.
You know, what a day it has been for Daniel Hemrick. He's running up front, gets a penalty,
Doctor,
goes to the
what's
back,
going on? Good to see you,
races
Doctor.
back to the front, and then
Welcome
after
in.
Raja
Appreciate
Karuth
you
lost
being here.
control of his truck, he gets a lot of damage, and it's been just an up and down yo-yo kind of day for Daniel Hemrick.
Mark, it's going to be interesting to hear from Raja Karuth as well, because right now, as we look at it, there is a stripe of oil dry from midway down the back straightaway all through the lower lane, right at the apron, in turn number 3 and turn number 4, and coming across the start-finish line. We have to wonder, was Raja Karuth's spin just simply losing the handle on the truck? He was in a pack of them. Or was that influenced at all with anything that might have been put down on the racetrack? Now, he was the only one who spun. That's worth pointing out as well.
And it'll be interesting to see what he has to say. And again, as we watch the replay, he was side by side with Connor Mosack through turn 3, got to the exit of turn 4, and his truck snapped around. Mosack was the lucky guy. He was beside Raja. He had enough momentum to clear him, and right behind him was Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick got pinned against the wall when Karuth came up into him.
Yeah, and Raja was right in the lane where all the oil dry is right now. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happened. Right now, pit road is closed. We have several trucks on pit road.
Kyle Anderson. Everybody thank Kyle Anderson for $5.
He got a piece of
Thank you, sir.
incident. Jack Wood, not a part of this wreck. He's on pit road. He had actually come down right after we went back to green in stage number 3. Had to come for 2 right side tires, but the crew is looking at the right side of that truck. As Wendy had reported, Daniel Hemrick getting extensive repairs to the left front. But with pit road closed and a lot of cleanup, these trucks are wheeling their way around. We have 58 to go. If they pit here, Mark, they can go to the checkered flag on the Sunoco fuel.
You got to believe that most people will take advantage of that at this particular point. Watching the replay again, man, there was a lot of guys that snuck to the inside of that wreck. Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, a lot of guys who will live to fight another day today because they got by the Raja Karuth spin. And then again, Hemrick and Sawalich got into it. They got the most damage as well, as they are on pit road.
Gets the free pass,
looks like
races.
Hemrick's truck will be able to continue, albeit certainly damaged in the left front quite a bit, and that will certainly hurt his
Free pass for Ty.
aerodynamics and the speed of the truck. But nonetheless, he'll be able to continue. Sawalich and Carruth, those cars will head back to the
Another
garage.
caution.
We
Tony
talked
will be
during the
back up there
pre-race
too.
about some of the keys to this one. Survival was one of them. Remember, at Atlanta Motor Speedway, in this current configuration, a speedway-style race with 28 degrees of banking in the turns here on this 1.54-mile super speedway, survival. This track has been averaging in the Truck Series 8 cautions per race, just over 8.
3 more
We've
likes
only
to
had 3 and only
200
1
likes.
for incident.
Hit that
Stage 1 was
subscribe
caution
as
1,
well.
Stage 2 was caution 2, and now this incident with Rajah Carruth. As
Likes
we
are
sit
free,
here
that's
now,
right,
57 laps to go. Let's say we go back to green flag racing with 52 laps to go. You have to wonder how survival comes into play, and you already talked about how some of the trucks did a great job of avoiding that one by ducking to the bottom.
It looks like the aggression level certainly is up. They played nice, stage 1, stage 2, a lot of single file racing until the very end of the stages, and even then they played nice. Now it is in the mode of a race where the driver is not in the give and take mode anymore. I want to take and take, and that usually leads to more yellow flags, and certainly we saw a lot of 3-wide racing there just before that incident with Rajah Carruth.
So watching the racetrack right now, they just stopped the trucks right at the entrance of pit road, which is off turn number 3 here at Atlanta. There's another truck now putting more oil dry down, so we had the bottom lane right at the white line.
Roddy.
At
Thank
the
you so
bottom
much.
of the banking of the racetrack. That already got covered with oil dry. The Elgin sweeper is picking that up. Now we have the middle lane, literally the middle of turns 3 and 4, getting the oil dry
Can we
down.
get
While we have
250?
so
Let's
many
go.
safety trucks on this side of the racetrack, NASCAR has actually stopped the field right now, and it looks like we've got the red flag out. So right now, this race is going to be stopped, and it just simply has to do with the large amount of cleanup that we have to do on the track.
And you have to wonder if somebody was rolling around here, didn't know they had some type of fluid leaking on the racetrack, because we see now 2 lanes where this has been put down. Doug Turnbull, what you got going on out there right now
on the
in
track?
turns 1 and 2?
At least the very first application entering turn 3 off the back straightaway of this stay dry was right as the yellow flag came out, which led me to a similar conclusion as you all. It was the lap right after that Rajah Carruth crash. Oh gosh, did that cause it? But now they're putting the second one on. I will say I haven't seen any trucks come by me. Of course, they're not putting the oil dry down in front of me, but I haven't seen any trucks come by me that seem to be leaking fluid or smoking or anything. It seemed to be kind of your regular garden variety, if you will, crash damage. So not sure if there was something that caused that wreck, or maybe one of these damaged trucks under repair that helped put it down. But nonetheless, that's going to elongate the stop session here.
Well,
I'm joined now by Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano. Good to have you guys here. You see a Heroes Homecoming, May 22nd. That's something you know, and it's near and dear to your heart, Brad. Explain what's happening in your event.
You know, a lot of the drivers have foundations, Joey. You've got a great foundation with Joey Logano Foundation. I have the Checkered Flag Foundation to help our servicemen and servicewomen. So we've got a big event to help them. Heroes Homecoming. We're going to have some veterans and heroes that we're going to celebrate. Great event in Charlotte, North Carolina around race weekend, and we're really excited about it. Hope some fans watching who might want to come, buy a ticket, come join us.
Yeah, it's great time. I've been to a couple of your events. You guys do great things.
Thank you.
Give away service dogs to veterans. A lot of great things.
It's great to be able to give back. We're looking forward to it.
And even better when you could take the American flag to Victory Lane.
Yes, yes. Maybe I'll auction off an American flag from Victory Lane this weekend if Joey will let me win.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can still auction off the American flag. Might not be from this weekend.
Come on, Joey.
Hello, Lori. Good to see you. Welcome back, Lori.
I'll buy the American flag. How's that sound?
Yeah, we tried.
But no, I think it's amazing what I mean, our whole industry is able to do, right? I mean, I think we all realize that, you know, it's what we do is really cool, but it's honestly pretty pointless because we drive around in circles all day to end up in the same place. Like, that's about the
So
dumbest thing
a
I've
red
ever
flag
heard.
due to
But when you take that
some
platform
oil
to
dry on the
impact
track.
people in a very positive way, it's really cool. And the way Brad does it with our soldiers, right, and the people that fight for our freedom.
Who are we hoping wins? I'm not familiar
focus
with
on
any of the
foster kids
drivers.
on our side. So it's neat that a lot of drivers kind of find their area of where their passion is. And
How do you use my membership emojis? There's we'll click on the emojis that are in your chat.
Yeah, you guys do
and they
so
should
much.
be
You
there.
give back so much. And you talked about going in circles, ending up in the same place. It all kind of began for you. This was one of the places, right, JL? Like, you started racing right here in the infield.
This is a second home to me, if you will. I lived right here at the racetrack in one of the condos for about 6 years. And I raced the Legends cars on the quarter mile here on the front straightaway. And really, to be honest with you, the dream was always to go at the quarter mile and just go straight and get on the big track. Like, that's what I wanted to do as a kid. And so many memories here, and being able to win here a few years back and last year has always been special. There's my hot rod.
Wow, look at Joey Logano won here when he was 10.
That's in Albany, Georgia. It was just track, unfortunately, isn't around anymore. But that's when I was 9. Some people thought I was 12. But, yeah, and then this was here in Atlanta.
That's when you say, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, we had a great birth certificate for a little bit that allowed me to go racing until I got busted. And had to go back for a little bit and then came back to the Legends car stuff. But they're fun. I went down there last night to watch the kids race Bandoleros and Legends cars, and the memories just come rushing back of watching parents out there with their kids, having fun, learning about racing. And it's very intense, right? I mean, I stood there in Victory Lane with all the parents, and it gets very intense for everybody.
How do
watching,
I drop my dollars in the next race?
Sport, and a lot of it starts
the super chat.
Like
Click on the super chat with that looks like a dollar bill.
Series. I said, how'd you get started? He said, I went to a Bandolero race. They had this whole setup and said, like, you can get in this car. So
What's
he
up,
said,
Frank?
Dad, I got
Good to see you.
Of course, they ended up buying one, and now here he is.
Does anyone beside me find Joey Logano annoying?
Well, right now, Joey, your home track is a little dirty. Like, it's really dirty. Which is why we're under red flag. You can see the trucks are that. There is jets running. There's stay dry pretty much all the way around the racetrack after this last major incident, and the red flag is out. A lot of work being done around here to clean it up.
Yeah, well done by the AMR
Happy
safety
Saturday,
crew,
man.
Doing a lot of work to clean up. Well, let's get an update on Ben Rhodes. What does Rich Lucius have to say, Todd?
Yeah, here with Rich Lucius, Ben's crew chief. And you told me some stuff that was a little strange. I've never heard before what Ben had relayed to you. Can you tell us what it is?
I told you that off camera. Yeah, so he keeps complaining about the trucks getting tighter and tighter as the race goes on from the rubber on the racetrack, but the track's actually lost grip. So we're wearing the right rear tire out, but yet it's still getting tighter. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we're going to get them fixed up here and hell shot for this thing still. Our camper's in F-150 is really good, I think. But it's all about track position right now, and luckily we got Ben Rhodes behind the wheel.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one.
So Ben
Happy
Rhodes,
birthday to Ben Rhodes, by the way. It was his 28th birthday yesterday.
he does not look 28. He looks even younger than that. So
99.
I want those genetics.
The Kentucky boy.
Yeah, looking good. Interesting what he was saying. Todd was talking to his crew chief, Mr. Lucius there, and he was talking about the truck's tight, so you would assume it would wear out the right front.
Jeremy.
But when they came in and changed tires, they checked the right rear, and it was the most worn out tire. So that's what they're trying to say and why they're kind of confused. And maybe that's similar to what I'm speculating here with Raja. Maybe the right rear tire wore out and caused him to spin out. Hard to say, but interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know how to, I'm just trying to rack my brain around it a little bit. As the trucks move up the racetrack a little bit, that third lane, becomes more of a player. There's no rubber up there. Yep. Maybe the track's a little bit more green.
Gosh.
Oh, that's not where you want to be sitting when that train goes by.
Sorry, Kyle.
Oh,
Sorry,
right in the window,
Oh,
bro.
no.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't ideal for them. Oh.
All the drivers just got blown with dirt.
Scenario.
Chandler is prepared. There's Corey Heim, who had a good day going. Had some issues on pit road, ran out of fuel. We'll be back. We'll lift this red flag.
So the trucks were on the inner side of where the jet dry was, the oil dry was, and a truck just came by and blew all of that oil dry into the cars. So that should be interesting. See if people complain about that. I figure out you got my spot on the couch reserved in the man cave. She shall. Also, thanks, buddy. Geo in 6. That's right. Zach says, what are your thoughts on NASCAR? I've been hearing if they lose the lawsuit, the charter system could be gone, which would mean the end of full-time racing for teams like my Wood brothers. That sucks. We'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting with this whole lawsuit. We kind of gave you an update on the lawsuit thing that happened in our 2025 NASCAR preview. So if you guys want to check that out, I go over all of the NASCAR Cup Series teams and their drivers, their pit crews, and their crew chiefs and all that stuff, and some news about the 2311 Front Row Motorsports lawsuit against NASCAR. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens. I'm sure it's not going to be this year. I doubt it'll be this year, and maybe not next year, but we'll see what happens. Happy Saturday, Regine. Yes, man, blow that into the truck. They did. The jet dryer just blew that to the trucks. And his name is Danny Hammond. You silly. That's a whoopsie doodle. It's true. That is true. Is Chad Wood related to the Wood Brothers Racing? I think so. Are they washing the trucks? They need to, as they just blew all that oil dry into the trucks, into the drivers. So, yeah, I'm sure that's a mess. But thank you guys for being here. We're trying to get to 300 likes. If you haven't hit the like button for us, hit that like. 300 likes for us. Hit that like for us. Hit that subscribe as we're trying to get to 39 subscribers away now to 29,900. Help us that 29,900 up there. We'd love to get to that. And then we'll have only 100 subscribers to go to 30,000 subscribers. And I talked about a little bit during our qualifying stream. Not only will you get 3 pies to the face for 30,000, we're also going to do a giveaway. And I'll let you know about that tomorrow as we get some more stuff. But 30 folks will win something. Can't tell you what it is, but it might be just a little something from me to you guys who have helped the channel. But 30 folks will possibly win something coming up on our giveaway for 30,000 subscribers. And then later down the road this year, we might do another big giveaway for VIP treatment at one of the NASCAR races for the Xfinity race. Like our good friend Kenneth Fox, who got to go to this track last summer to hang out with our good friend Tom at Our Motorsports and everything. So make sure you're subscribing to this channel because we take care of you here. We don't ask you to pay money. We don't ask you to give you $1. It's all about free here for you guys. So thank you guys for being here so much.
Truck with Kyle Busch. So first of all, what's going to be the conversation about how you handle this third stage, the end part of this race, given how good you've been so far?
Just had enough gas, right? We're a little bit short, obviously, from here, so we'll see what happens. But so far so good. He's obviously the best he's ever been, right? So it's been a fun day. He's happy with the truck.
I want to give
it's a
back,
good truck.
guys.
It's a truck we
You
won
guys
with
have
last year in
given so
Texas.
much to us.
Hopefully we can continue what we're doing and pull a victory off.
During a red flag stop like this, what are you talking to Kyle about? Like, what's the conversation? Bring us under the helmet.
He's a mess, I swear. He's talking about just cat litter and all kinds of stuff. So
that's cool.
I hope everyone at home is listening because it's so funny to scan his radio. But yeah, he's obviously in a good mood. Truck's running well, and leading obviously helps too. So just got to thank everybody at Spire Motorsports and everyone at Gamebridge and all our partners.
Jamie, did you have cat litter on your bingo board today?
Well, when he got blasted with it, you knew that was going to be on the bingo card, right?
I could only imagine what he said when that jet dryer went by there and blew a pound of kitty litter into this right side window of that truck.
I'd like to see that replay again. I think that might get edited
that was horrible
and put on social media for a little while.
Well, Grant Enfinger was right there and got hit with it as well. What did he have to say?
Oh my goodness! Sorry, I should have told you. I mean, there's nothing. There is just, man, it looks like we've been at the beach now. I mean, there's going to be kitty litter down the intake, down my throat, everything.
I mean, we laugh. I feel bad for him.
Oh, we do have a replay.
There it is.
Oh, I love the
Watch it gets really thick up front here.
It's going to go right in all the windows. Wait for it to get to Kyle Busch and Grant Enfinger's truck here.
Yeah, right here it gets thick.
Oh, yeah. Oh. It's like a desert.
God. There's Grant. There's Kyle.
Oh, yeah. Just breathe it in. That's good for you.
Bears fan, rookie membership.
Russell.
Thank you, rookie membership. Bears fan.
Give us all the stats and do such a great job.
Oh, wow. Look at the shot.
He's scanning Kyle's radio. One of the things Kyle said is, I've never owned a cat, and I can see why.
Yep.
And it's just getting better from there. So if you have a scanner.
Well, he could right now because he has enough kitty litter in his truck to not have to buy some for quite some time.
Save a couple bucks.
As a cat owner, I can say kitty litter can be expensive. So.
Are you a cat owner?
Yeah, cat owner. We have a cat in the Keselowski household.
I did
back out. Caution car.
Once they fire him up, that sandy cat litter is going to be all over once again. Hey, there's Luke Fenhouse. Haven't talked about him. He's got some races planned for.
All right, so we're at a commercial break here. Just under a red flag now, about to go yellow, as we had some oil on the track. They had to clean that up. But Kyle Busch is in the lead. Them guys gonna need a heavy shower tonight. You're right. But Joey is so annoying to listen to. Well, it is what it is. It's better than nothing, right? But we're in stage 3. We're 18 laps into stage 3. 78 laps complete of 135. It'll go quick, y'all, if they keep it going without any cautions. But you're funny, California days. NASCAR is so dumb. Let's just blow all the dust into the trucks. Exactly. Like, who made the decision to put those guys there, right where the oil thing is? I thought about that when I saw it first. I was like, well, that's weird that they parked them right there where all the oil is. And then I saw that happen. I was like, oh my gosh. But that's crazy. I hope it doesn't hurt any of the trucks. We're listening to Rowdy here. Rainfalls, thanks for that subscribe. Rainfalls, thank you so much for the sub. We're so close. Keep on hitting it right there. Keep on hitting it, y'all. NASCrap. Try to get to 300 likes as well. 300 likes. Let's see if NRN is back.
And kind of blew the stay dry at them. Fox just had a picture of the trucks, and they had a layer of this all over the truck. And there's got to be some inside the cockpit of these trucks as well for the drivers. And I guess they had no other choice, right? They had to take care of the racetrack, and the drivers were kind of stuck out there getting sandblasted, if you will, for a lap or two.
I'll be honest with you, there was so much oil dry being blown around this racetrack. I actually thought it was later in the day. Now that that cloud has settled, it seems to have brightened up here at the track.
All right,
yeah,
Big Rip, Jay.
Dark in the sky just a bit. That is a lot of stay dry. That is as much as I've seen put down at a racetrack in a long, long time. They had to put it down again and again and again. They took care of it, blew it off the racetrack. They used an Elgin sweeper truck to kind of suck up some of that with their broom and the suction they have, and they had to do it again as well. So they had a lot going on out there, and they're still working on that at the entry of turn number 3.
Yeah, right now pretty much the entrance of pit road is covered up with some oil dry, but we are back under caution. The field is in tow behind the Ford Mustang Dark Horse pace car right now as they get that little bit of cleanup done, and the yellow light is still on, but the field is actually being towed.
And just subscribe for Nevada and the 7. Awesome, Kenneth
Mark was talking about the nice sandblasting that these trucks have gotten out there. What is the field looking like to you up there in turn 4?
Better than it was. Let's put it that way. A minute ago, they might as well have been in the desert with the wind blowing. I mean, there was a lot of that speedy dry that they were trying to get gathered up and get off the racetrack. Felt bad for the guys sitting in the trucks back there, but that was then. This is now. We're going to get it cleaned up. We won't be that far away from getting back to racing, and they're making the effort over here in 3 and 4 continuously to get us back to a raceable condition here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Want to remind everybody again, PRN will have the Bennett Transportation and Logistics 250 at 4:30 Eastern
right after
time
this
afternoon from this very same Atlanta Motor Speedway. The RCR duo of Jesse Love and Austin Hill will lead them to
3 cautions.
Last year's dominant driver in Jesse Love and last year's race winner in Austin Hill right up at the front. All right, right now the field is in 1 and 2. We'll see if the light comes off, the red light at the entrance to pit road, and the green light comes on as they're in tow behind that Mustang Dark Horse. We do see Daniel Hemrick on pit road. He was actually a driver who got some unfortunate contact in that caution. He wasn't the cause of it, but he does have some front-end damage on his McAnally Hilgerman Chevrolet, that Napa Chevrolet as well, and so they're working on that. So we have seen some trucks on pit road, and Mark, right now it looks like that pit road is
I always think radio is so awesome for NASCAR with their altering half and half during every week.
About the cleanup out there.
One goes first to show them both love and support.
Right now we have 55 laps to go.
That's what we do here, y'all.
Seems to have changed as we've evolved through the first 80 laps of this race. What are you seeing up in 1 and 2 when it's under green?
For sure. Well, what we're seeing is that when they're coming down the front straightaway, these cars, or the trucks rather, back up to each other, and then they get into the turns, and it's like they spring forward.
You've had too much Mountain Dew today, California. California
apart from
days.
by a truck length or two a little bit. And so it's interesting to see the trucks that get those runs and
That's
how they come
right,
apart.
T-Man.
And then exiting the turn, they kind of come
He was
back
looking
together
for Montoya.
the backstretch run again. And so as opposed to, we lump this with super speedways now at Daytona and Talladega, but the biggest difference from what we saw just a week ago is they don't stay tight and up on each other in the pack in the same way. They kind of zigzag and they sawtooth out a little bit. I also see guys handling for sure is an issue. Kyle Busch has a truck that can handle and can zigzag in between lines there, and maybe Rajah Caruth did not. We'll have to see, but handling matters, and we certainly see them having to time their runs a little differently than at other
Just keep
tracks.
it family friendly,
So again,
California
as they
days.
cross
I know
the
you're
stripe,
kidding, but
we
keep
have
it family friendly,
completed
Bubba.
81 of 135 laps, 54 to go. We've had 6 leaders, 7
We don't want to get
lead
any
changes in this race. Kyle Busch has led
claims
33
here.
laps. Connor Mosack has led 30.
Pretty
Rajah
soon,
Caruth,
Kathleen.
8.
Pretty
Before
soon.
his problem, Corey Heim, before his problem, led 5. Jack Wood, who won stage number 1, has led 4 laps.
Yeah, Dawson Sutton has taken his truck onto pit road for a little bit of service. Again, pit road is closed as the field is coming off of turn 2. It just opened. The green light is on right now, so we are going to have a cycle of pit stops. Mark, now 54 laps to go. We're probably going to go back to green with just over 50 laps. I feel like now that Sunoco race fuel can go the distance, but again, do you want to go the distance? How far do you want to plan for going over the distance?
I think at this point they'll have enough fuel if we go green for maybe one
Thank you,
overtime at least. And again, as we've talked about, I think we'll see
Thank
the
you,
yellow
Big
flag
J.
again. I just have a hard time believing, as competitive and as aggressive as this race has gotten, that we will not see another yellow flag.
Yeah, and I feel like Kyle Busch has obviously gotten him to the place where he wants to be. We know, we saw it last week in the Daytona 500, and you got to hear it all
Awesome,
right here with the Motor Racing Network. We had the wreck happen right at the front of the field. I feel like the way Atlanta races, Mark, with the Craftsman Truck Series, if Kyle Busch can keep himself out there, that is a place where he can avoid the carnage and not be part of
Everybody's
it.
going to come in and
Kyle Busch
pit.
does lead them onto pit lane, and we will start things off with Wendy Venturini.
Our first truck right here on pit road is going to be the 99 truck of Ben Rhodes, who's currently running in the 5th spot. They took Goodyear tires the last time down pit road, so it is only going to be Sunoco
Chesky
fuel
back
and a
on the
slight
pit road-
adjustment for his
on the
tight
lead
condition.
lap.
Also on pit road, 4th place competitor Luke Fenhouse with Sunoco fuel only. Andrew?
Yeah, Kyle Busch is in. It looks like they're going to be fuel only. The 81 of Connor Mosack, fuel only. And Grant Enfinger as well, fuel only. A lot of splash and goes here. The big question, can you make it to the end? Did you put enough fuel in that race truck? We're going to have to find out.
Kyle Busch, Connor Mosack, Ben Rhodes, Caden Honeycutt, Grant Enfinger, Gio Ruggiero, Luke Fenhouse, Tanner Gray, the first 8 off of pit lane.
And you see the strategy right there. They're feeling like the Goodyear tires are good, and they're going to safely take them to the distance. They topped them off with Sunoco race fuel. Now, the big question, when they come back to the stripe, this time by under caution, there will be 52 laps to go. Once we get back to green, can we hold it there all the way to the checkered flag? The racing already has been thrilling here on the NASCAR Racing Network.
It absolutely has. A great Craftsman Truck Series race here today. A lengthy stop for Michael
he's
McDowell.
been up in the top
he has
10.
come back out onto the racetrack. Had a chance to talk to him yesterday. He talked about, running the Truck Series. This is just his 4th start. He wants to be one of those guys that's won a Cup race, an Xfinity race, and a truck race. So he has Xfinity and Cup already off the list, the bucket list there. So he'd like to do that. He said the other thing that he found really kind of cool about the trucks, he said, with
He's a
the
shot back.
next-gen Cup car, you're kind of looking out the front of it, and there's really not a whole lot you can see. The trucks have this massive windshield. He said you can almost see the kid eating a hot dog in the grandstand as you come out of the corners. You have so much more to see, and he said it's really kind of interesting to have that perspective where it kind of widens out, and there's a whole lot more that a driver can look at when he's driving a truck.
I just love the fact that Michael McDowell during our pre-race told us that Mike Grieche, who's over at Spire Motorsports with the Truck Series program, just said, hey, you want to run Daytona? Sure. Hey, how about Atlanta? Sure. Mike Grieche's been around this sport for a long time. His son, Matt Grieche, actually is the general manager of Nashville Super Speedway. We get to go there for a Sunday night race this summer, which I know we're always excited to go to that concrete racetrack as well. Great family of racing. Matt Grieche, a great general manager of that facility.
I go back with his dad all the way to Stafford Motor Speedway years and years and years ago. Let's go down to Wendy Venturini.
I'm on top of the pit box for Luke Fenhouse with crew chief Doug George, and I was just asking the million-dollar question to Doug. Is there enough fuel in these trucks to make it to the end? Doug George, what is your answer?
Well, we have enough to get to the end. I don't know how many green white checkouts we'll have. It's going to be close. We're always in saving fuel mode. So, hey, I'm just happy with the way that Luke is driving. Soda Sense Ford has been running good. We fought serious loose condition earlier. Made some pretty big swings. He likes it. We need a little bit more. Stopped for a little splash of fuel, trying to get to the end. Like you said, it's a gamble. Some of those guys stayed on the second stage. They ran out of fuel. So obviously our fuel calculators are close. So we're just doing the best we can right here, trying to get to the end.
What's the key to staying up front and maybe getting that truck to victory lane today?
Well, these guys are all good in this series, so we know that, right? Truck Series is very tough. Luke's, inexperienced, but he's doing a phenomenal job. He's very smart.
Who? Exactly, Big J.
He's learned a lot from different drivers. So he's surrounded by good drivers at the Thor Sport. So he just needs to be smart and just do what he normally does, and we'll be fine.
All right, that is Doug George, spoken like a true veteran, over 30 years of experience on top of the pit box here in the Truck Series.
So they've been given the 1 to go signal. We'll go green with 50 to go in the Freight 208. Kyle Busch, Connor Mosack, top 2. Ben Rhodes, 3rd. Caden Honeycutt, 4th. 5th, Grant Enfinger. Gio Ruggiero, 6th. 7th, Luke Fenhouse. Tanner Gray, 8th. 9th, Bailey Curry. Jake Garcia in 10th.
Running 11th is Matt Mills. Chandler Smith is 12th. Frankie Muniz is 13th. Josh Rayum running 14th. 15th is Michael McDowell. Dawson Sutton is 16th. 17th is Tyler Ankrum. Spencer Boyd is 18th. Ty Majeski 19th. 20th is Daniel Hemrick.
21st, Stuart Friesen. Tony Breitinger is 22nd. 23rd, Andre Perez. Then it's Jack Wood, 24th. 25th, Lane Riggs. Matt Crafton, 26th. 27th, Corey Heim. The rest of these drivers are out. Justin Carroll, 28th. 29th, Raja Karuth. William Sawalich, 30th. 31st, Nathan Bird. And Keith McGee, 32nd.
At Patterson, we finally have the light off on the pace car.
Yeah, and this racetrack has changed, guys. We went from bright sunshine now to cloud cover here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We all know how tricky this place is. We'll see how much difference it makes to these trucks. Here comes Kyle Busch and Grant Enfinger. We are ready to restart this race.
All right, here we go as the field heads into the restart zone. Kyle Busch on the outside of Grant Enfinger. The green flag is out. Enfinger getting a big push from Gio Ruggiero. Kyle Busch getting a push from Connor Mosack.
It's Chevrolets and Toyotas hooked up there in the top lane of the bottom line as Kyle Busch noses ahead with a big push from Connor Mosack, who won the pole for this race. Grant Enfinger and Gino Ruggiero. Ruggiero running the best he has all day.
Mosack doing a great job of moving Kyle Busch forward. Grant Enfinger now is going to challenge on the bottom. Here comes Enfinger on the very bottom of the racetrack. He'll get side by side with Busch off of turn 4.
As they work their way out of the turn, back to the stripe, Enfinger now. Grabs, he's side by side with 3rd place, Ben Rhodes rather, as Kyle Busch and Connor Mosack have cleared him.
That inside line led by Enfinger is now back to 4th place because they couldn't stay hooked together with Ruggiero. Up top, it's Kyle Busch, Connor Mosack, Ben Rhodes, and the Bailey Curry number 45 machine.
And here is Caden Honeycutt. He is up in this mix with the top 4 as well. He and Rhodes now taking a look at
for
Mosack
the 34
and
because the
Kyle
71's
Busch. They
out.
run nose to tail off turn 4.
Connor Mosack, the rookie driver, started this race on the pole. He's still racing up front, right on the tailgate of Kyle Busch as they rocket off into 1.
What a run. Ben Rhodes gets right to the back of Connor Mosack there. It's now pulling up on him. It's that 45 machine of Honeycutt. Now Honeycutt cuts to the inside that gets back in line as Kyle Busch stays in the lead.
The top 8 trucks run right out next to the wall here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Busch in control. Meanwhile, about 12 or 13 trucks back, we do see some side-by-side racing. Corey Heim trying to pitch back up.
Now Corey Heim, again the winner at Daytona, ran out of fuel, and he has been knocked back in the field. Leaders back in 1.
And right on the rear deck lid of Kyle Busch is Connor Mosack. And then he pulls off of him there as he gets pushed out of line. He goes to the inside with Ben Rhodes up high. Kyle Busch stays out front, but Mosack's going to lose some ground, looks like.
Ben Rhodes has been on the move all day long, trying to get to the front. Kyle Busch will shut the door on him. Connor Mosack will go to the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch will hold the field in bay off 4.
Connor Mosack from the bottom is going to lose a couple of spots. He now drops back to the 4th. Now now the 5th spot. We'll see if he drops further as Kyle Busch leads him into 1.
The lesson learned by that rookie Mosack there, stay in line. He is losing several spots now. It's Ben Rhodes, big winless streak right up on the tailgate of Kyle Busch. 3rd place is the Caden Honeycutt car.
Everybody up on the top side of the racetrack, midway down the backstretch here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Busch enter turn 3, right in the middle of the racetrack. It'll be Ben Rhodes going right in his footsteps. Then it's Caden Honeycutt.
Here's a driver getting into the mix we haven't talked a lot about today, Bailey Curry. He pulls up on the back deck lane.
Where'd Bailey Curry come from?
That's the fight for 4th place.
And that's a big-time fight there in that spot. As it looks like it's actually the Tanner Gray machine that got part of that. They do look very similar there. Tanner Gray and that Tricon Toyota's in 4th. 3rd is Honeycutt. The leader is still Busch.
Down the backstretch they go underneath the big American flag into turn 3. Kyle Busch out in front. The top 7, 8 cars now all single file top side of the racetrack as they work on 4.
Headlight to tailgate. This is one tight field with Kyle Busch leading Ben Rhodes right now. Then it's Caden Honeycutt, Tanner Gray, and Bailey Curry.
Let's see if Ben Rhodes can recoil and try to pull up to Kyle Busch. He puts a headlight to the inside, but then tucks in right behind him. Really in single file, Pat Patterson, for about the top 15 cars. The first car on the inside line, Pat, is still Connor Mosack, but way back.
Doug, you're going to have help. There's no pulling down there and trying to create your own lane without some help. Ben Rhodes is going to do exactly what he needs to do, exactly what he's doing. Stay in that 2nd spot behind the leader.
Caden Honeycutt took a peek to the inside of Ben Rhodes, thought better of it. Again, they are nose to tail heading to 1.
And then they kind of squeeze together. There's the inner turn number 1 there, kind of run out of room, if you will. You cannot slam draft in these trucks. Who's looking at the inside now at about 7th place? Georgia boy Chandler Smith, but he has no help.
Ben Rhodes now shows the nose to Kyle Busch, then thinks better of it. Jumps right back in line in 3 and 4. Once again, Caden Honeycutt is right there. Connor Mosack also in that top 4.
Looking at the trucks now as they come by the start-finish line, single file. Ben Rhodes, however, keeping Kyle Busch very honest right on the back tailgate.
And then he peeks just a bit to the inside and tucks in line there, just kind of toying with Kyle Busch. Of course, Busch, the veteran there, not going to fall for any trickery. His 3rd place, Caden Honeycutt's having a fine day for DC Motorsports. 4th is going to be Tanner Gray.
I'm impressed with Gio Ruggiero as he runs in that top 6 or 7 positions. He's done a nice job of staying out of any kind of problems this afternoon. Right now, he's in a good spot to maybe get a great finish here today.
Right behind him, Grant Enfinger trying to rally back after getting caught on the inside. He's getting some help from Matt Smith, Chandler Smith, to stay up with the lead group.
Yeah, Chandler Smith, Nat Mills, Grant Enfinger there in the back of the top 10. First time we've really said Matt Mills' name all day today. As up front, Caden Honeycutt gets a run of Ben Rhodes on the back straightaway, but Rhodes cuts him off.
Can't do anything about it now. Backs off of Ben Rhodes there as they work. Bailey Curry also in this top 5 trucks or so as they work.
Like
again
that
at the
45, me too. Was one of my
Heim
favorites.
Trying to step out of line and make up some ground.
Corey Heim 3 laps down after running out of fuel before the end of stage number 2. All he can do is try and gain what he can, but Kyle Busch continues to lead into 1.
And Busch is choosing the middle to high lane. They fade to the high lane now there in turns 1 and 2, dipping just a bit to the inside, then getting back in lines that 3rd place truck, the rookie Honeycutt.
Everybody talking to their spotter and thinking as the laps wind down, what will I do? Where can I make some moves? Kyle Busch right now content to lead the conga line, if you will, up next to the wall.
Corey Heim -3 is working hard to get to -2 because there's 4 drivers up ahead of him -2. If he can get back to -2, leapfrog them, that's another 4 points. You never know how it plays out.
Yeah, right now, Corey Heim at 3 laps down. He's not going to get a free pass, Mark. That's not going to happen. He's also likely not going to get a wave around. For a wave around to be possible,
back on the lead lap
every
and in
car
14th
on the lead
spot.
lap will have to pit, and he is just not in the spot to be able to do that. If he's going to get his laps back, he's going to have to come by him honestly by passing trucks.
Do it the old-fashioned way. Here is Kyle Busch down
21
to the strike.
cars on the lead lap.
38 laps to go. Ben Rhodes still in his tire tracks as they climb the banking in turn number 1.
And they climb on the high side. The Andres Perez de Lara machine, wounded, is actually dragging the ground right now. Sparks coming out of it as they lap him another time. He's going to come to pit road. It is a single file line of this top 20 or so trucks.
Kyle Busch into turn 3 now.
There's Frankie
in the middle lane, 1 lane off of the
11th.
top side of the
P11
racetrack.
for
Ben
Frankie.
Rhodes keeping him honest right up front.
Kyle Busch is able to block this field, and really no one is willing to pull out a line. We see drivers make up ground if they go low in the corners, but Doug Turnbull, they lose it when they come back to the straightaway.
That's correct, as Kyle Busch has that clean air, has the advantage out front, and the drivers coming to the inside outside, have no help. Now, what I saw is the driver zigzag through the turns, but no one could get out of line long enough, Pat Patterson, to make a move.
Yeah, it's going to get anxious here in just a little while. These trucks are going to have to try to figure something out and start taking some runs at Kyle Busch right now, though, in total control all four.
Caden Honeycutt, again, he has some ideas about going after Ben Rhodes. He peeks again to the inside, thinks better of it. Leaders back in one.
He's going to need some help
Shout
if he does that.
I don't think we have to tell you that you were muted all day today.
Manufacturer clash there. On the inside, about 10th, 11th back is still Corey Hines, 2 laps down.
Yeah, down the backstretch once again. Kyle Busch just a half a truck length in front of Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes, a bright orange truck today. Kyle Busch in that Gainsborough paint scheme that they're so familiar with over at Spire. He leads them off of 4 again.
35 laps to go this time by here in the Freight 208. And right now the field is nose to tailgate as they go into 1.
And the first one out of line this time around is Chandler Smith, the Georgia driver, at about the 8th spot, looking to the inside of Matt Mills. Last time by as Kyle Busch leads, Tony Breidinger cut a tire. She's coming to pit road. She's already 1 lap down.
Not going to work out for Chandler
We're going to be live at 3:30
as he backs up into the field. Everybody trying to fall back in line. Single file up front, next to the wall, about 18 trucks deep.
34 laps to go. Kyle Busch has led 53 and counting as he leads the field back to the banking.
Who can make that move? They're staying all in line through the top 10 right now as Ben Rhodes puts a headlight to his inside there in turn 2. Even further to the inside looks third place Caden Honeycutt, but no one's going to pull out a line to lose spots right now.
Right now, those spotters are talking to each other, going, well, are you going to go? I'm going to go. What are we going to do? We got to start trying to make some moves. Nobody advancing positions right now. Kyle Busch just dominates the front.
Mark, I do want to mention that we do feel like they have plenty of Sunoco fuel to go to the end. Gio Ruggiero, who's running in 6th right now, was told to put it in max save mode. One thing we talk about, again, survival. Could this race go into overtime? If you're getting close to the edge of that fuel mileage, you're going to be better off
everybody's
right now
pretty good on fuel.
With 33 laps to go to run
Except
in line
Matt Crafton.
And make sure that you don't overuse the Sunoco fuel you have in your tank.
You never know if you go to overtime, if you get a second overtime or a third overtime. We heard from one crew chief, thought they were good for 1, but again, if you have an overtime, it usually leads to another overtime, so you want to certainly be in better position. I'm thinking about Ben Rhodes right now. We talked about in our pre-race show, he has gone, 38 races. It's been May of 2023 since he was in victory lane at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He's a 2-time champion. You got to believe he's as hungry as you can get riding behind Kyle Busch.
Yeah, after winning the championship in 2023 and coming up short in 2024, you know he is ready to get back to victory lane. We were just told from pit road that Gio Ruggiero has been told that he is good to go, so he has been set free to go out there and race. Kyle Busch leads Ben Rhodes, Caden Honeycutt, Tanner Gray, and Bailey Curry with 31 laps to go in the Freight 208.
All right, let's go back to here.
Lead, cool. If he doesn't get the lead, he can't pull it off all the way back. All the way to the back. So, you know what? Second doesn't sound too bad at the moment.
Yep, and he'll have his shot here. He's got to decide when he wants to take it, but he will have a good shot at this.
31 to go.
And that's most likely what the
go
top
Gio,
five
go.
Thinking.
Go Gio, go.
Probably further back, but I think we need to get outside the top 10.
29
right
to go.
now.
Subs, y'all. Hit that sub.
Tyson to make the move. Like,
yeah, you see Stuart Friesen right there. Jumps to the bottom. He's trying to pull the bottom forward back from the 12th position.
Right, and so that's going to make you say, well, maybe I should get down there. And as that bottom lane gets stronger and stronger, and I think it will start to move forward, that's when the decision for if you're running 8th, do I want to take it? If I don't take it,
no.
Oh, 33.
Connor Mosack.
And that's
Mosack,
is that our
right? Pole sitter, yes. Connor Mosack into the outside wall as well.
He's going to get off pit road.
Tough break.
No, keep to green.
He's got a right front down. I don't know
no
if they
caution.
have it before or after the wreck.
And the yellow's not out. We're staying green here.
There's the 33 truck of Frankie Muniz. He had worked his way up to 11th, having another solid day.
He is really torn out.
There goes the 33 around.
Debris all over the track now in turn 1. Yellow's out.
He keeps it down, but the caution does come out for the 4th time today.
Caution.
Yeah, I think after the damage there, you see the rear spoiler pulled back there. No downforce on the back of that truck.
Front suspension's
flat
knocked off.
Tires.
Deeper in the field,
That's
they were trying to work that second lane on the inside.
Caution number 4.
And it got jumbled up a little bit. We'll take a look at exactly what happened here. But tough break for Frankie Muniz, who got off to a solid start.
Yeah, Frankie was in the top 10.
Pole sitter Connor Mosack, like you said, that's
we jinxed him, Bronny.
In the draft, went to the back, got in trouble.
Yep.
That's the risk of making those moves on the bottom lane.
Oh well, yep.
Or just getting to the bottom
We
lane.
jinxed
in that
him.
Case. See what we can see on the replay here, Joe.
See Connor, you know, into turn 1 on the high side there, that 81 truck. And Frankie right there in front of him. He sees the gap to try to get to his outside, gets there.
The 19 comes up maybe a little bit
Awesome.
as well.
Yeah.
We're going to be there this year.
Space there. And yeah, you could maybe say the 19 came up a little bit. Maybe he didn't quite know he's 3 wide yet. In that case, you're almost 4 wide.
Yes, yep. And once you make contact,
I don't think he knew he was
in the
there.
corner of one of these trucks, the right rear corner this time for Frankie, there's not much you can do. It's just going to hook into the wall.
Let's go on board with Corey Heim, who had a good view of this.
There you see it get 4 wide, and just not enough room.
What's up, Matthew? Good to see you, buddy.
And that's a part of the racetrack. It really flattens out off of turn 2 there. And if your truck is not handling great, and this is where we see him spin out here after the crash with all the damage on his truck. But what I was saying, off of turn 2, it flattens out. So you're asking your truck to do a lot of turning without banking. And so if your truck's pretty good in the middle of 1 and 2, when you start to get to the 2/3 to the exit part of the corner and you lose that vertical, right, that gives you all that grip, your truck just gets worse. If it's loose, it gets looser. If it's tight, it gets tighter. And you could just kind of float up the racetrack sometimes. And you'll see that happen a lot tomorrow in the Cup race. There's a lot of big lifts at that moment where it gets really tight. I think some of that is the reasons why we see this wreck here.
Yeah, you know, these trucks run around here at 180 mile an hour, and it's a 1.5 mile track. So to be able to make 360-degree turns and within 1.5 miles, we rely on a lot of banking.
Danny put exclamation points to find out how many points you have. Exclamation point
well, that
points.
banking transitions down the straightaway. When it does and you lose it, you find out quickly how much you needed that banking to go that fast to be able to handle.
Yeah, we talk about point all the time, right? Get your truck pointed for the exit, and here it's just kind of tough to get that before the banking goes away.
Pit road's open here, Jamie. It doesn't look like we're going to have any takers. Everybody has already pitted in the front.
250 likes. Let's go to 300, y'all. Help us out.
Here is probably just trying to get tires and be a little better for the end of the race.
Under caution for the 4th time for this incident right here. 2 trucks involved as they go.
Awesome. Dennis becoming a pro membership. If you are a rookie member, you have access to the emojis that you've seen we've been using all day. They change no matter what sport we do. If we do basketball, it changes to teams. If it's Xfinity race, we do Xfinity numbers. If it's Cup race, we do Cup numbers. If it's the trucks, we do the trucks numbers. Any type of sport, we change it up. So I hope you guys enjoy those emojis if you're a rookie. Pro membership, as Dennis just became a pro member. Thank you, Dennis. You get the emojis and the early access to the vlogs. We release a vlog every Friday for the paint scheme and race weekend preview for you guys to hang out with us on the weekends. And any type of other vlog that we put, we do travel vlogs when we go on cruises. There's a whole slew of those travel vlogs to check out on our channel. We go to Disney, we do those. If we are in the parks, we live stream from the parks. We have so much fun on this channel. We do a whole bunch of things. A lot of fun. It's really family friendly. We have a great community. And MVP is $2.99. And it is the emojis, the vlogs, and a little extra back to the channel. It's only $1 more. And I'll try to get some more live streams for you MVP members. Just the MVP members and me. And we'll try to maybe do some video games or something. But still trying to figure out my schedule. It's very hard to just do these streams and then also work and also have a family time. So hope you guys are having a good time. We're almost to the end of this thing. We're under caution, 50 laps complete, 25 to go. Hopefully Rowdy can, you're missing a T in your ben. Oh, really? Thank you for, I'll change that. Thank you. I'll go and change that right now. Thanks, Jake. All right, here's MRN.
Pretty much got in line. We did see some people try to make some moves unsuccessfully. Now we're going to be within the final 25 laps of this race. When we go back to the green flag, have to wonder how much the energy is about to amp up.
You got to believe somebody's going to try to work the bottom line and try to get some folks down there to build some momentum. As you talked about, we're getting into that closing stage. So it's just not a matter of if, but when somebody does that. And I'm sure right now on top of the roof here where the spotters are, there's maybe some negotiations going on, not only with just team members, but maybe with other manufacturers within their manufacturer group, what we can do to help each other here at the end to move up.
Pat Patterson, I'm curious on your end of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. We have seen, especially on this side,
Thank you, Mike.
a lot of drivers dip down going into 3. They pass a lot of trucks, then they lose all of their momentum. My question is, how many trucks do you think they need to go with them?
I didn't hear that.
2? Is it 3 before they can actually get a second lane going?
Well, you know, this restart obviously is going to be tremendously critical for Kyle Busch and how much of a push he's going to get. I'm assuming he will take the top side on this restart, and then it's just going to be
I did not hear that,
for the bottom
Regine.
guys to try to have enough energy down there to stay with him. Right now, but the top side of this racetrack, Mark and Brad, we all know that the fastest way around here is up on the top side of this racetrack. So it's going to be tough. I just haven't seen anybody other than Ben Rhodes who's got, you know, right now the mantra, if you will, to go down there and try to make that work. So it'll be interesting to see what he does as we watch everybody
Thank
go
you so
down
much,
and make a
Ricardo.
choose. And a lot of people, those top 6 guys are up there on the top side.
Let's get a quick update from Andrew Curlin.
Yeah, Connor Mosack came back down pit road. The crew put left side tires on, so he's going to have 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. They're taking every opportunity they can to work on this race car, so maybe he can make a late run in this race.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Kyle Busch leads with 24 laps to go. We'll go green with 23 to go. Ben Rhodes running second. Third is Caden Honeycutt. 4, Tanner Gray. Bailey
I think
Curry
it's the-
is in fifth.
I don't think it's the
Gio
bottom. I think it's the
Ruggiero
top
sixth.
line.
Brent Enfinger 7th. Matt Mills is 8th. Luke Fenhouse is 9th. 10th is Chandler Smith.
Tyler Ankrum 11th. 12th is Stuart Friesen. Daniel Hemrick scored 13th. Ty Majeski 14th. Jake Garcia 15th. 16th, Michael McDowell. Josh Ray 17th. Dawson Sutton 18th. 19th is going to be Spencer Boyd. Connor Mosack is being listed the last car on the lead lap in 20th.
Pat Patterson, we have the lights off on that Ford Mustang Dark Horse pace car. What does that lineup look like to you on the inside and outside?
Well, Gio Ruggiero is in the inside here against Kyle Busch. I'd love to be inside his head right now to see.
anyone
looking
pass
over at Kyle
KB?
Busch
We'll
going,
see.
You know, 20-some laps to go here, and I got a shot at this guy.
Hit
He's
that
in a
sub,
good
y'all,
spot
right here.
down on the bottom. And
Right up
good
here.
news for him, he's got Grant Enfinger
Right up
right
there.
behind him, and you know that 9 truck is going to shove him as hard as he can. Meanwhile, Ben Rhodes is right behind the guy that'll start up front, and that is Kyle Busch. How much of a shove is he going to get? Caden Honeycutt's in the mix. Man, we are ready to settle it up here at Atlanta.
23 laps to go in the Freight 208. Yellow flag is out. Kyle Busch getting a push from Ben Rhodes, but Gio Ruggiero hangs right beside him on the inside.
With 23 laps to go, Gio Ruggiero, who was 6th, but took the choose on the bottom line to lead that inside lane, getting pushed by Enfinger. Up top is Kyle Busch, Ben Rhodes, and the car behind him, Caden Honeycutt there, as they are glued together for now.
The bottom line is losing a little bit of that energy. Now they get going. Now it goes 3 wide. Enfinger now will challenge on the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch leads Ben Rhodes, but here comes the number 9 of Grant Enfinger.
Ruggiero dropping on the bottom of the racetrack. He got stuck in the middle groove. Kyle Busch being leading the field right now with Ben Rhodes on his rear deck lid, but here comes the inside lane.
Not sure how Ruggiero got split 3 wide middle, but he gets back to the bottom line, lines up at about 8th. Up front, Kyle Busch leads the outside line. Grant Enfinger leading the inside line as Caden Honeycutt almost takes it 3 wide in second.
Luke Fenhouse, if he can just get up and shove the 9 truck, which he does right there. Here comes Enfinger on the bottom. He got a great shove, but is it enough to clear Kyle Busch? He tries, but he's not going to get it done.
He nosed out in front briefly, but here comes Busch rumbling around on the outside
Dropping the
again.
hammer.
But Fenhouse, again, a big shove to Grant Enfinger to try to push him by Kyle in turn 1.
Fenhouse, a part-time driver and new to this series here. Kyle Busch, a wily veteran, getting a push from Ben Rhodes there. And Chandler Smith gets right up behind them and fans out 3 wide on the backstretch. They're almost blocking each other.
2 by 2 as they race into 3. Kyle Busch out in front by a truck link. Enfinger doing all he can with Fenhouse on the bottom of the racetrack. Now it will be Enfinger almost able to clear Kyle Busch. Can't get it done.
20 laps to go. It feels like they're racing to the checkered flag already. Grant Enfinger gets a little bit loose with the push from Ty Majeski on the inside. Kyle Busch leads the outside lane.
Disorganizing the inside lane there, so Kyle Busch goes down to side draft Enfinger. Enfinger noses ahead of him. Fenhouse is pushing him there. They can't quite get clear, though.
Fenhouse doing all he can to give a shove to that 9 truck, but he cannot clear Kyle Busch. Here comes the 9 one more time. Can he slide up in front of Kyle Busch? He can if he wants it right now. He missed his opportunity.
He tries to slide there, can't do it. Busch at the line, half a truck lead as he moves into turn number 1. Again, Fenhouse pushing the Enfinger truck into turn number 1.
And the 2 lanes are even as Enfinger gets pushed ahead, but Kyle Busch gathers up Ben Rhodes and gets some steam down the back straightaway, even for the lead.
Enfinger smartly gets out of the gas enough to get Fenhouse back to give him another shove. Kyle Busch, though, right up at the outside of the wall. Now Enfinger clears Kyle Busch off 4.
Enfinger with a major block to get up in front of Kyle Busch, but it's successful. Now Enfinger can take that preferred outside groove, but here comes Busch to the inside.
Zigging, zagging down to the inside with a push from Rhodes goes Kyle Busch. He gets right in front of Enfinger again. What a power move for that Gamebridge Chevrolet of Kyle Busch back in the lead.
Once again, Kyle Busch controls the field down the backstretch into 3. Ben Rhodes rides in that 3rd spot. Right behind Busch is Enfinger now. They're all grouped up. They'll take another shot at Kyle Busch off 4.
Luke Fenhouse working hard on the bottom. He's got Chandler Smith helping him to draft. And Gio Ruggiero now moving into that inside line as Busch leads them back to 1 with 17 to go.
It's a Chevy of Busch with a push from Enfinger to Toyota, then 2 Fords down low, Fenhouse and Chandler Smith. What an upset would it be if Luke Fenhouse got to the lead?
Fenhouse has got a horse, man. That thing pulled right up in front of Kyle Busch. Now he gets a shove from Chandler Smith.
I keep on thinking that's Majeski. That's 88 or 98, but it's 66.
Kyle Busch, he's almost got him cleared off 4.
Somehow he's hanging on, and it's working for him. Luke Fenhouse on the bottom. He will not lead this lap, but it's close. Kyle Busch still in the lead on the outside.
And a big push from Chandler Smith to Fenhouse into turn 1. Fenhouse is going to nose in front of the 7 of Kyle Busch. Can he clear him? No, he doesn't, because Busch gets a big toe down the back straightaway with Enfinger pushing him.
Wow, it is tight racing up front as they move their way into turn 3. Luke Fenhouse now to the lead, top of the racetrack. He's got to hold on to it. Gets a little bit loose, but he's going to control the lead off of turn 4.
Got a big push from Chandler Smith. Smith now side by side to the inside of Kyle Busch.
This kid gonna steal it from Rowdy.
Gio Ruggiero jumps to the outside. He's running 3rd.
What acuities expressed by these rookie drivers here. Fenhouse at 1st, Ruggiero at 3rd, as Kyle Busch is sandwiched in the middle there, looking to recoil and go for the lead again.
Fenhouse is in a good spot, but he's also in a dangerous spot because everybody's going to come hunting for him right now. Almost 3 wide off of 4. Fenhouse holds on to the lead. Bottom of the racetrack. Here's Chandler Smith.
14 laps to go. Chandler Smith getting a push from Stuart Friesen, but up top it's still Luke Fenhouse with Kyle Busch moving to the inside.
Just like he did 2 laps ago, to the inside for the lead. Kyle Busch is just going to saw off the top line and get in front of Fenhouse there. What a power move for Busch, looking for his 8th Atlanta win. Chandler Smith leading the line down low.
Kyle Busch now got the lead to the outside once again by half a truck length, working into turn 3. Chandler Smith trying to build the energy of the bottom line to get back up and duel with Busch.
Stuart Friesen is behind Chandler Smith. Behind him, Corey Heim, who's 3 laps down, but can provide a great push. Friesen really stuffs it in to turn number 1 right behind Chandler Smith.
And then behind them is Gio Ruggiero on the top line. Grant Enfinger and Ben Rhodes have shuffled back there. The losers in this altercation up front as it's Busch and Chandler Smith even for the lead.
Chandler Smith now is going to get a good shove from Stuart Friesen, and he will move up and be right side by side with Busch now as they race off turn 4.
The Silverado Kyle Busch being pushed by the F-150 of Luke Fenhouse. Stuart Friesen just got out of line on the inside, was able to save it with Chandler Smith on the inside lane leading.
And Corey Heim behind them, and a big surge, 4th on the bottom line for Daniel Hemrick. He's come out of nowhere to join this fray as Luke Fenhouse continues to push Kyle Busch up top.
Oh, Chandler Smith came so close to losing it once Stuart Friesen got into him just a moment ago right in front of me. Right now, though, Chandler Smith doing a great job. Bottom of the racetrack, trying to hold Busch back off the top.
Kyle Busch remains the leader up top, but Chandler Smith, as they come to the line, barely. Busch is the leader as they are door-to-door in turn number 1.
Talking Rock George's Chandler Smith leads the bottom line. Is 3 wide in the middle. Stuck goes Luke Finhouse. Busch's help goes away. Finhouse gets caught in the middle, and now that offside lane is losing steam as Chandler Smith cuts it off. Chandler Smith, your leader.
Chandler Smith has that lead. Kyle Busch will go right to his rear bumper now as he works the top side of the racetrack. It's Stuart Friesen dropping into that third spot, and at the bottom of the racetrack, it's Finhouse trying to work his way back up front.
The inside lane has lost its energy. Chandler Smith leads Kyle Busch and Stuart Friesen. Corey Heim in the mix. It looks like he's in 4th, but he's 3 laps down.
And right behind him is now Luke Finhouse in the real 4th position there as he got out of line and lost steam. Kyle Busch looking to set up his former employee, Chandler Smith, and he does to the inside.
Here comes Kyle Busch, bottom of the racetrack for that 7 truck. He works smoothly by him now. Now pulls a truck length away from Chandler Smith. Gives up the leadoff 4.
Pole sitter Connor Mosack is gone to pit road. Here's Busch across the stripe. Just 9 laps to go in the Freight 208.
Can Chandler Smith repay the favor in turn 1? He stays in line for now. Momentum building to the inside as the MHR teammate trucks of Hemrick and Ankrum. They are about 4th in line down low. Stuart Friesen cuts him off.
Those guys trying to work together to get something going on the bottom line, but Kyle Busch
get to 300 likes. Help us hit that.
Turns 3 now. Goes up next to the wall as he works off a turn number 4. Kyle Busch, again, the leader.
2 trucks on the inside is not going to be enough of a bottom lane to make something happen. 8 laps to go now in the Freight 208. Kyle Busch in front of Chandler Smith.
Today, Kyle Busch has been the only truck that's been able to really pull out of line and leapfrog others. Chandler Smith's going to try. So will Stuart Friesen at 3rd place, but they stay in line right now on the outside.
I give Daniel Hemrick and those guys a lot of credit. Tyler Ankrum working the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make something happen. They, again, will start working that bottom of the racetrack, and it's Tyler Ankrum trying to shove the 19 to the front.
Here's Kyle Busch storming across the start-finish line. 7 laps to go in this race. Chandler Smith, again, in his tire tracks as they go back to 1.
And Stuart Friesen in the 3rd position. Corey Heim's lap machine is 4th in line up top. Luke Finhouse, Gio Ruggiero, Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, the top 8. Down low, Daniel Hemrick is 3rd on the inside line, even with Stuart Friesen.
It's going to get interesting up front if it hasn't already been interesting enough. Kyle Busch controls the field. He's up on the top side. Chandler Smith is there, but Hemrick is digging on the bottom with help from Ankrum.
Hemrick with damage on his truck. Now you've got 3 on the bottom. Tyler Ankrum, Bailey Curry helping Daniel Hemrick as the leaders head to 1.
And Chandler Smith looked inside briefly, stayed back in line, though, as Kyle Busch is going to go to the bottom line. Cut off the advance from Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick's going to try up high. Kyle Busch cuts him off and stays in the lead.
And Tyler Ankrum is right there. He's not giving up. Here comes Hemrick, bottom of the racetrack. The number 19 Napa machine going to the front. He has got Kyle Busch covered off of turn number 4.
He clears Busch, slides up in front of him. He's the leader as they come down to the stripe. 5 to go. Ankrum and Busch side by side for 2nd.
Daniel Hemrick leading his first laps of the day with a damaged truck, no less. Kyle Busch in 2nd spot up high. Down low, it's Tyler Ankrum. Daniel Hemrick has never won at the Truck Series before, and he's leading here with 5 to go.
Hemrick has got a lot of experience, and this is the kind of racing that he's accustomed to seeing here. Here comes Kyle Busch, bottom of the racetrack. He's going to take the lead away. Hemrick will slide back, move the 7 truck back to the top.
Daniel Hemrick now gets loose coming off of turn number 4. He's going to lose 5, 6, 10 spots. Kyle Busch now straight in front of Tyler Ankrum, side by side behind him into 1.
The dominator in the race a year ago, Tyler Ankrum in 2nd spot. Behind him in 3rd on the top side is Chandler Smith. The first car on the inside is the 44 of Bailey Curry as Kyle Busch is again your leader.
Yeah, Bailey Curry has had a great afternoon. Can Ankrum do anything with Busch? Is he going to have help? Can he pull something off right now? Top 4 trucks on the top side of the racetrack, nose to
Tyler
tail.
Ankrum hasn't won since Kentucky 2019. He's hungry. He chases Kyle Busch across the stripe with 3 laps to go.
They enter turn number 1. They choose the high line. Looking to the inside, though, Stuart Friesen. He's dragging Bailey Curry along. Friesen pulls even with 2nd place Ankrum. Kyle Busch, the Pied Piper, moves down to the bottom and soon will shift to the top.
Kyle Busch tries to block the advance. He's got 4 trucks coming after him, top side and the bottom side. Right now he can control both lanes. Stuart Friesen trying to make something happen. Dives back down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll not get it done.
Kyle Busch leads him out front by himself. It's side by side behind him. Ankrum on the outside. Stuart Friesen on the inside.
Who's going to make the winning move here? Kyle Busch has both lanes under control. Stewart make that Tyler Ankrum try to back up the Chandler Smith truck on the outside as Kyle Busch cuts off that advance. Stuart Friesen looks inside.
Bailey Curry's going to give a huge push to Friesen. That's going to shove him out in front. He's going to take the lead. Can he hold on to it now?
My gosh.
Kyle Busch slides back into that second spot as Friesen has the lead off 4.
As they come down to the stripe, the white flag is waving. Just 1 lap to go. Friesen trying to hold off Kyle Busch.
But Busch darts to the inside with a push from Bailey Curry. His Chevrolet nose is in front. It's Busch down low. Friesen up high with a push from Tyler Ankrum. They are neck and neck down the back straightaway for the win.
It is a run to the checkered flag, and they are side by side, 2 by 2, into turn 3. Kyle Busch trying to hold off Stuart Friesen. Friesen to the outside. Busch to the bottom of the racetrack. Nose to nose and door to door. Here they come for the win in Atlanta.
Friesen on the outside with the momentum. They bang doors. Kyle Busch will pull ahead. He will go back-to-back at Atlanta Motor Speedway and win the Freight 208. Stuart Friesen, the runner-up. Tyler Ankrum, 3rd. Bailey Curry, 4th. And Chandler Smith rounding out the top 5. You'll hear from the top finishers and our race winner when we come back to Atlanta.
Motorsports isn't complicated. It's made up of...
Oh, man, he got lucky. Crazy.
Perfect late side draft on Stuart Friesen with no help from behind. More than
side draft, Rowdy got him.
That's some great racing right there, guys.
That was tremendous. It was about the push coming off of turn 4.
Way to do it, Green. Nice work.
What a finish.
Where's my Rowdy friends?
Neither one of them had a push off of turn 4. It ended up being about the side draft and the timing of the side draft, and Kyle timed it better.
What a race, guys. This was so cool.
Stuart Friesen a year ago at this race, they were rebuilding his whole program.
Yeah, it's a little behind. It was a little behind.
Jimmy Villeneuve, his crew chief. What a race for them today.
Look at the fans in the stand. Everybody here is standing and cheering. That was an epic finish.
Kyle Busch gets it done for the 8th time in a truck at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle went winless for the first time in his career in the Cup Series last year. And we know when Kyle wins on Saturdays in the Truck Series, he does better on Sundays. And it looks like he's got a hot rod for tomorrow. This will help boost that momentum.
Absolutely. What a just great racing. He did a good job of controlling the lanes.
That was a good job by Friesen.
Go his way. He didn't give up on it and pulled that side draft time just perfectly to execute for the win on the last. Just literally right the last 200 feet that he had the lead to win this race.
Kyle just did a really good job the last 20 laps. He just did better than everybody else. That's why he's in victory.
Yep.
The way he worked the draft, making his moves.
Experience. Very hard to beat it.
All those kids racing around him, they learned a lot today.
They did. Yes, they did. They'll go back and rewatch this race and say, oh, I see how that happened. I know why he did that now. And they'll all be better race car drivers because of it.
But it started with a great truck, right? And Brian Patty knows how to build those good trucks. They did it last year for Spire Motorsports. Add another bow, I should say, for Kyle Busch at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Josh is with the winner.
Well, Kyle Busch, your 8th NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win here at Atlanta. Man, that one wasn't easy. Bring me through those final 20 laps, the moves you made to get back to the lead and bring this thing home.
I don't really remember, but you know, just thanks to everybody for being out here today. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. I know it's not the 70 and sunny, but it's 50 and cloudy, so y'all are troopers. But awesome run for this Spire Chevrolet and everybody at Gamebridge, Brian Patty, all the guys and girls that do a great job at Spire for building us some really good trucks to come out here with. And just trying to make sure I stayed as far forward as I possibly could, you know, and those guys would kind of cycle to me and get to the next one in front of me, next one in front of me, next one in front of me. I just kept trying to make sure that I battled back and got back to that front so I could try to control it as best as I could. But that inside was good. You know, they were rolling forward, so it made for a heck of a race. So proud that we had a heck of a race there to the finish, and it wasn't single file. So there was some mixing it up for these fans out here to see a cool show.
We talked a little bit about it yesterday and what this track means to you and all the success, but also when you do well in the Truck Series, it also transfers over to the Cup Series. So you feel like you're getting some momentum heading into tomorrow?
No, these things are a lot different than the cars are, but probably more similar than the Xfinity cars. But all in all, just going out here, just getting laps, you know. And speedway racing is speedway racing. There's a lot of luck involved. There's some skill today. I feel like there was definitely some skill. There's some things that guys could learn from the things that I was doing if they go back and watch and pay attention. But
you're welcome, Nate. Thank you, buddy. $2. Thank you, buddy.
Get some laps and come out here tomorrow and try to win again.
Kyle Busch, your winner at Atlanta.
Stuart Friesen, oh, so close, buddy. That was a great run, a great move to get to the lead.
Yeah, just proud of my race team here, the whole Halmar team, Chris Larson, everything he gives us to get the job done. Al Hankey and Mohawk for being on board with us. We had a shot. This is my favorite truck, and we'll keep digging with it. We had a shot, and I guess I got too far off my help there coming down the back last lap, and I thought I could pack some more air on him getting into 3, and we surged ahead, but just had the
it was a good clean race.
Let him pack me, and then it kind of came back. But thanks to our Toyota teammates there, working good with Corey there, and you know, held us at the front, and then tried to shove
welcome, guys.
Chandler,
we'll see you in a little bit.
Way out by him, and I said, just stick with me. I'll keep shoving you, and we'll just keep that bottom lane rolling. And then he moved up, so it kind of broke that plan apart. But good to be racing with him again too. But just proud of our race team. It's been a grind here the last couple years.
You did awesome, Bernie.
And we got stuff going in the right direction. So Jimmy did a good job.
You're welcome, Bears fan. Thanks for being a member, man. Appreciate you.
The best spotter in the business, and I'm lucky to have him on
You're
my
welcome,
side.
Donald.
And, yeah, second to the best guy in the business isn't a bad
Outdoor,
day,
thank you.
Well, you got more chances ahead of you, so don't worry about it. Good run.
Yeah, no, we left here last year with a Toyota piece and then played catch up all year. So it was good to have some momentum going here.
Absolutely.
Great job for Stuart Friesen. His first.
All right, so that will conclude the truck race. We're going to head over to the Xfinity race. I'll be on in about 30 minutes for pre-race ceremonies on the CW. So hope you guys had a great time. We thank you so much. But congratulations, Kyle. Hey, I'm 2 for 2 for picking the truck winners this season. 2 for 2. I picked Heim last week thanks to the disqualification, and I picked Rowdy today. So 2 for 2 on the trucks. Let's see how I can do tonight with the Xfinity race. So thanks so much, everybody that hung out with us here on the Go with CeeLo. We appreciate you. We're going to transfer you over to the Xfinity race. Go hang out there in the stream. Hit the like for us early. Chat away, and I'll be there in about 30 minutes. I'll shut all this down. We'll get something to eat really quick, and I'll be right there. So thank you, to my wife, my lovely wife, Spain, for all the lovely life things that she does, and behind the scenes, as always, taking care of everybody while I sit here with you guys. I want to thank my mods for moderating. I want to thank my members, new members. Thank you for the new membership. Thank you for Nate for the super chats today, and Donnie for becoming a new member, and a whole bunch of new, and Bears fan becoming a new member. Another $2 for Nate on the super chat, and Earl for becoming a new member as well, and California Days as well. Thank you so much for all the love. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in just a little bit as we do our NASCAR Xfinity race. And the pin message is there too. You can click on that and go straight to it, or this will take you straight there. So thank you guys so much. If you're watching on replay, looking for the truck, who won the truck? Rowdy wins the truck. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, as we're trying to get to 30K this weekend. Appreciate everybody. See you in a bit. Take a little break. We'll see you back in Atlanta for the Xfinity race. RCR boys on the outside pole here. We'll see you in a bit. Peace.